check. Yes. Hey. So, oh, hey, James, how about lives? I didn't see any live on your channel.
Oh, I haven't gone live in probably about a week. I'm tempted to
So,
today though.
Philo, so brother, what is your channel name?
Philosopher.
What?
Philosopher.
Can you like type it in the chat?
Are you looking at the screen?
Yeah.
Okay, then it's
Mm.
written there.
Okay, wait. Yeah,
Okay,
now you can tell me.
okay, good. If you see it, good. Okay.
Good morning, everyone who's just now joining us. I always feel guilty because I talk to so many people on Free for Talk that a lot of times I don't recognize the names of people I talked to before. But I do
Ah,
try to keep up.
okay. So you're not looking at the screen, James. Maybe that's.
I see the side chat, but I'm not on YouTube. Hold on, let me go ahead and open that too.
Ah,
Bro,
okay.
what is your channel name? Can you repeat it?
Oh my god. Uh, sister. I hope you're
No,
not
I'm not.
blind.
No, I'm not sister. I'm
Good.
brother.
That's good. You're a bro.
Yeah.
What's your age?
13.
13. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Okay. They don't teach how to read at 13 nowadays.
Bro. Yeah.
Yeah, bro. I dropped your channel link in the side chat on Free for Talk.
Oh, yeah, I see it. Sorry.
No, I just now did it, so you're okay.
Thank you, James.
It's all good.
Okay. Yeah, we are waiting for believers. And our main topic is who created God. Sure, we will discuss about the existence of God, which God you believe in, and why do you believe in God. But the most important question will be who created God? Uh, so you didn't go live for some days. I didn't see any notification. I was checking. Okay. But
Yeah, bro. God is not existence, but he created us.
okay, sorry, but I don't want to talk to people under 18
Yeah,
because the
yeah.
topic is sensitive and because this is on YouTube. Okay.
I think YouTube's okay with it.
Yeah, but I'm not sure about that. Like I've seen some.
Yeah, I'm gonna Google that right now. But in the meantime, I thought about starting a YouTube channel for this kind of stuff that's directed only at people under 18. Because
Really?
yeah, I thought
Wow.
about it. You know, I had a friend. His name was Doyle, but it doesn't really matter. When I was a young man, I was 20 and he was like 14. I was a big brother to him because
Mhm.
he came from a family where he needed them. And his mom was a religious fundamentalist. And I never tried to reason him out of it. I never exposed him to my other ways of thinking because I didn't want to offend his mom. I felt like it would be unfair. Looking back, I wish I had, right? Because
Oh.
he ended up being stuck in that religion. And I really wish I had reasoned with him and did the responsible things. And now I feel like, because here in America, religious people are trying to sneak into public schools, looking for ways constantly to witness to other people's children. And I'm like, well, it seems fair enough that we look for opportunities to share reason and logic with theirs.
I see, James. I don't know.
Yeah.
I've read that like they should be talking when their parents are around. So and
Well, to be
yeah,
fair, I would never have a one-on-one with someone under 18 because that would just be creepy.
yeah,
But if they happen to walk into a room with people at mixed ages and they just start talking, it's just like being at a park, in my view. And it's up to you. You do you. But in my view, it's just like sit at the park with a whole bunch of other people, and a child walks up and asks you something. Right? It's fine. You can do it.
Oh,
But it's up to you. It's whatever you feel
yeah.
comfortable with.
Yeah, sometimes it goes so gross in the room. So,
Oh, I think they left anyway, so it doesn't matter.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, welcome, SHK. Okay, so let's wait for the people. Zach, Fabi, Ali, and welcome, Paul, again. Stelino fart? Okay. Like that means someone who loves to fart or what? Professor, welcome, man. Mustak and
Yeah.
IB.
So
Hello, 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 SHK. Um, I'm a little bit late today, so that's not going to be a very long one today. Maximum 3 hours if everything goes soft. And yeah, I wish to have believers here in the room.
Hello.
Hello,
Yeah, how are you?
I'm okay. How about you?
I'm good, thank you. S- So, like, what do you think about believers?
What do I think about believers?
Yeah,
But I don't have a general opinion that I can, say in a sentence or two sentences.
okay.
But if you specify your question, maybe I can be helpful.
Yeah, I just like you mentioned the topic that atheists versus believers.
Yeah.
So, like, yes,
Yeah. So believers are the one who believe a God exists. An atheist is a person who
yeah,
doesn't believe a God exists.
okay,
Yep.
that's good. So, what's your question about believer? Like you agree with believers or not?
I think you didn't. Okay. I'm an atheist.
Okay,
As I explained, atheist is a person who doesn't believe a God exists.
mm,
And believers
okay, okay, okay.
are the ones who believe a God exists.
Yes, 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 yes. So you are atheist, like you don't believe on God.
Yeah, I don't believe in God. Yeah.
Okay, so you believe in science?
I believe in many other things. It's not about God versus science.
Okay, so there's a lot of evidence from science that show that there's must be a personality, a power that exists who created the universe.
I'd like to hear that. The
Sorry?
evidence. I'd like to hear the evidence.
Okay, uh, like my question is that if there is no God, so from where does the first organism come?
That's a question. This is not an argument or this is not an evidence, okay?
Yeah, it's not evidence, but
Ah.
if you're a true atheist, then you should have to answer it.
What does it mean, true atheist?
I mean that if you are atheist, actually you don't believe in God, so you have to give the answer of that thing
No,
because
I don't have to
it's not
answer.
possible.
I don't have to answer anything. I just don't believe a God exists. That's all. And that doesn't
Yeah, but
that
you
doesn't
believe in.
mean I know
Okay,
other things.
okay, okay. Then it's your choice. But I just ask a question if you know that, so I will know something. That's why I ask you.
Okay, look, you said that science has good evidence for God. I still want to hear that.
Yeah, yeah, that's the evidence. It's proved. Like that pack proved that there's must be a personality
Who said
who
that?
make a first organism on the earth.
There must be someone. Okay.
Yeah,
Who said that?
who yeah, if you give me the answer, then I will accept what you said true.
If I why should I give you an answer? You are making the claim that for the
Mhm.
organism there must be someone.
Yeah.
This is a claim. What's your evidence for that? You're just claiming things.
Yeah, okay, brother. So do you have any evidence that from where does the first organism come? Like, how does it come without
No, I
God?
don't know. I don't think about that. I don't care how
But you
life
have to
came
think.
into existence. No, I don't have to, man. Like, do you think that atheist
Yeah,
people
but
have
that's the question,
such
brother.
kind of a rule or obligation? No.
Yeah,
You are the one
but you
who
have
makes
to.
claims. No, you have to, not me. Like, you are the one who is making the claim, and you are the one who's supposed to
Yeah,
prove it, okay? Not me. I don't have a claim. I didn't claim that God didn't create life, or I didn't claim that aliens created life on Earth. I didn't claim that life existed naturally on the planet and evolved through evolutionary process. I didn't claim those things. So I don't have to prove anything. I don't have a claim about this. But you have the
yeah,
claim.
but
God did it
yeah,
is
I
your
claim
claim.
it.
What's your evidence?
Yeah,
If you claim
yeah. My
something, prove
evidence
it.
is that, like, okay, let me just prove. I believe that the first organism, like, God created the first
This
organism.
is the claim. This is not
So
the evidence. Okay, what's
yeah,
the evidence for it?
yeah, but it's the evidence. Like, you don't believe
What's
in
the
God,
evidence?
so first you need to believe. Then I will show
Ali,
you the evidence.
Ali, what's your evidence that God exists
Yeah.
and God created the first organism? Like, where is the evidence, man? You're not
So
giving any
okay,
evidence.
my evidence is that. Oh, okay. Let me clear. My evidence is that, like, do you have any evidence that any
It's
other
not about me, man. It's not
personality,
about
any
me.
other
I don't
power
have to
make it?
prove anything, okay? So if you don't know how things happen, that doesn't mean your God did it. That doesn't mean your God exists, okay? So you cannot hide behind someone else's ignorance, okay? Yeah, I don't know.
Okay.
That doesn't mean your God did it. That doesn't mean God exists, okay? What's your evidence?
Okay, if you don't know, suppose if you don't know the thing that who created the first organism, then how you prove that there is no God?
I don't prove there's no God. I didn't claim there's no God, okay?
Yeah, but you
Ali,
claim,
Ali,
if
Ali,
you
I'm gonna
atheist.
meet you. Okay, I'm gonna meet you because it's becoming a little bit boring. Okay, you're claiming things you're not trying to prove, and you're trying me to prove. You want me to prove things that I didn't claim. Okay, that doesn't make any sense. If you have claims, you are supposed to prove it. Okay, if you're not able to prove, then don't claim those things. Okay,
Okay,
good.
so I have also another question.
Okay,
Oh, that my question is that, like, you say you, like, already study in science that energy can neither be created nor destroyed. Okay.
energy
Hello,
cannot be created,
you
cannot be
listening?
destroyed. So what?
Yes. Yeah. So it's like conservation of energy. You know about it?
Okay, what about it?
Yeah. So, like, my question is that if there is energy can neither be created, so, like, who created the universe? From here it is the energy come that we use,
Okay.
and that
Yeah,
like
Ali,
in this
Ali,
art. So what about?
Ali. Like, do
Mhm.
you hear yourself how terrible it sounds? You're saying that energy cannot be created and cannot be destroyed, and now you're saying who created it. So what you say
Yeah.
sounds to me like something that always exists. So if something always exists, why you're seeking for a creator? And let's come to my main question here. Let's come, okay?
Okay.
Who created your
Okay.
God?
Oh, he is the one who created everything.
Okay, I understand that he created the universe and everything inside the universe, but who created your God?
Because he's the father. Like,
Is what?
if anyone who created, like, you say that energy is created by itself. So
No,
the
I didn't
God
say that. I
created
didn't say that. I
everything, and
didn't say.
he is
Don't
present
lie.
by
Don't
itself.
lie, Ali. Don't lie. Don't be a liar in this room. Okay.
Oh, brother.
I didn't say. I didn't say universe created itself. Okay. So, but you're not answering my question. Who created your God?
Okay, let me just first give you my answer. Like, from where does the energy come? If there's no like, energy can neither be created nor destroyed. So from where does the energy come?
No, it doesn't come. It means it doesn't come. It was there. It's not coming. Okay.
What proof do you have that it is like there before?
What you told me, like you cannot create, you cannot destroy. It sounds like it was always there.
So the sign don't mention that it is always there.
I don't give a fuck what they say. But what about your God? Who created your God? Where your God comes from?
No, no, no. Just give me my answer. Then you jump to
Okay,
another
I'm
question.
gonna mute you. Okay, so you join a room where there are questions. You don't answer any of those questions. You keep asking your own questions. This is not your show. You should know that, Ali. Okay. So if you're not gonna answer my questions, I will not let you speak in this room. Okay. I answered many of your
But
questions. Okay.
okay,
So
brother. But
who
you have
created
to
your
answer
God?
that question. So,
No, I don't have to answer your questions. I have questions here. Okay. If you don't answer any of those questions, I don't have to answer any of your questions. Okay. Who created your God? Last time I'm asking. Okay. You made me tired.
first, you give me.
Bye bye. Take care. Okay. Why he doesn't want to engage with the topic? This is the topic here, and he doesn't want to talk about it. Oh, maybe he knows. He knows that he cannot answer those questions. He knows that he doesn't make sense. Um, Zach, Mira, IB, you guys are speaking or not? If not, I'm jumping into another room to have some other people. Okay, I jumped. Okay, okay, okay. Yep. Oh, Muhammad.
Hello,
Hello, Muhammad.
hello, hello.
Lo, lo, lo. How are you?
Good. And you?
I'm okay.
Nice. So, to be honest, this is my first time in this website, Free for Talk, and I'm looking for a place where I can improve my English. Am
Okay.
I on the good place or wrong
I
place?
I feel you're in the wrong place a little bit. Let
Okay.
me explain why.
Yes.
Because we have a very specific topic in this room, which is God's existence, and the conversation
Ah.
is live on YouTube. So
Okay.
maybe you don't want to be on YouTube in your first call
Okay.
conversation here in a
I
platform
understand.
that you don't know.
Okay, no problem. Thank you for your explanation.
Okay,
Explication.
but
Uh,
enjoy it. That's a good one. Be careful about sharing your personal information. Okay, so
okay. Mhm.
yeah,
Okay. Thank you.
yeah.
Ali, have a nice day.
Bye bye. Take care.
Bye. Bye.
Okay.
Hello, can you hear us?
Your audio is very low.
What you guys are talking about?
Man, your audio is too low.
My audio is slow. Now okay?
It's
Can you hear me properly?
it's better. It's better.
Okay, what you guys are talking about?
God's existence.
Don't you believe? Is there any God?
I don't believe in God, yeah.
Why you don't believe?
Because I don't see good evidence, that's fine.
Do you believe you have a heart inside your body?
I know that I have heart.
But can you see them in
Yeah,
your open eye?
I have seen it, yeah.
How may you can see it throughout your eye without any
Uh,
device?
what do you mean without any device?
Without any device, how can you
Who
see them?
said that? Who said that without any device? I didn't say that.
You use device to see
Sure, I
your
use
heart.
device to see my heart, yeah.
Yes,
Okay, what
yes.
what device that you use to see your God?
Uh,
Which tool? Which device?
therefore, there is no device. Yeah,
Okay, if there's no device that I can see your
if you
God,
if
why should
if
I
you
believe in your God?
um how your heart function working? Did
Not
you
in
see
detail.
did you see it
Not in
through the
detail.
machine?
Did you
Did you
see
see it?
did you see your God while functioning, while creating things?
Okay. If you don't know, if you can't saw the God,
Absolutely true.
What?
Absolutely true.
What is absolutely true?
You're speaking.
Uh, I'm just asking questions, man. Yeah, but when it comes to our friend, what was his name? Azizul Hakim. Hey, welcome, anarchist. So, why do you believe in your God?
Hello.
because God created us.
That's your belief, but why do you believe a God exists, and why do you believe God created us?
Yes, I
To
believe
pray for
God.
them.
That's what, man. Hey, like Islam. I was talking here. Why are you interrupting, man?
You don't believe God?
Okay, he doesn't understand. Sorry for that, Aziz. Yeah, and Azizul Hakim, you're just telling me your belief, and I'm asking why do you believe in that? Okay, you're not able to answer. No problem. What about other people? Do you believe in God? If yes, which God? And why do you believe in God? And who created that God? Okay. They don't want to engage. Okay. Okay. Cool, yeah.
Guys,
Hey, Victor. I'm not able to hear you. Ouch. Hello. Hello. Okay. Let's try again. Okay, I'm jumping. Ow. Fuck. Come on. Okay. Here we are. Wait a second. Wait a second. Wait. Hey, Parker, welcome. The second member of the channel. Welcome, man.
Hey, hi, brother.
Hey.
So, hey, hi.
Ha ha ha.
Have you spoken before?
I don't know. You tell me.
Okay. I mean, the way you said my name, or like not my name, but like the way you greeted me, sounds like you have spoken me before. You know, welcome back. Like that.
Happy that you enjoyed my welcome.
Of course, I enjoyed.
Okay, cool. Have
So,
you
is
seen the
this
topic?
live?
Yeah, this is live.
Okay. So, I guess you're an atheist, right? Like the last spoken
Oops.
someone who's an atheist, I guess.
Okay, you're
So,
breaking for me, and I'm not sure who has the connection problem right now.
okay. Let's
Can,
see. It's still breaking, or I mean,
it's kind of better now.
okay.
What was your
Yeah,
question?
I mean. Yeah, the last time I've spoken to someone and he was an atheist, and there was argument like before, and he came across the argument like how the God is a singular or like he is a multiple, So
Oh,
yeah, that is
it
what.
might be me, maybe, because I
Oh,
mostly
it's this.
bring those points, but I'm not sure, man. I don't remember you. What was your answer
Okay,
for multiple God claim?
I mean, I didn't find that very relevant, even if you
Why?
don't have that answer, that like that is a one, cause of the universe. I mean, this is what we came across, right? Like there should be some cause of this universe, and the argument someone have given me, like the cause should be the singular or like it should be multiple. And again, I'm not sure how I should associate with the concept of God, either there is single or multiple. So yep, I was thinking about that.
You were just thinking about that, and you're not sure whether there is one God or multiple gods.
No, I'm not sure about like how that's relevant. I mean,
What do you
how's
mean?
that's
How that's
relevant? Or
relevant? Okay, if there are many gods, that means many religions are false. I mean,
okay,
like even for Hinduism, because like Hindu people believe that there is one God in different forms. But if there are multiple gods, that
hmm
can even debunk their belief. So that's why it's very relevant. So when you say there must be cause behind the universe, you don't know how many causes behind the universe.
Bro, we said
well,
in Hinduism, we think there is
but
a one God.
yeah, that's right.
But
I mean, I agree. Like there might, you if you're not sure like how many causes are there, but again, we came across the same question, right? Like we again have to answer the same thing. There is cause. That's why we are, having this argument about the how many of them are, right? Like still there is the same question. Like there is a cause or not, right?
that must be the question. There's a cause or not? Yeah.
Yeah.
But like believers are so confident that there is definitely a cause, and mostly it's just one cause, and I don't understand how they get there logically and through what evidence.
Again, but like again, we came across the cause, right? Like the argument is either there is a cause or not, right?
Okay, so
There
what's
might
the
be
answer?
multiple. I mean, scientifically, yeah, like logically, everything has a cause. Like in this physical in nature, in this
Mm-hmm.
universe, like anything that exists, like there should be a cause. Like if the gravity is there, the cause should be the time of
Mm-hmm.
space fabric.
Yeah, but when we think deeply, when we look at the things in the universe, that like those things, like the causes are just for the change, okay, not for the existence. So things change, and for the change there's a cause. That doesn't mean there's a cause for existence, okay? We don't see things coming, out of nowhere. magically. We don't see that. We see causation, but the causation works for changing things, okay? Or things combine or separates, right?
Yeah.
All right. I'm can you wait just because there's a problem with my stream. Okay. I hope everything is back. Okay, yeah, you can go.
Yeah, I mean the conclusion I can make is, again, you're combining two, I mean, multiple things and creating something new. So we are calling that something came into existence because of combining of something, right? Like that is
Yeah.
what it was existed before in the different forms, and we have combined it, or
Yeah.
chemically or whatever, physically or chemically, and we created something new. So again, that is a cause, right? Like those chemical and
Sure,
the interaction
causes for the change, right? For the change of
change.
previous things, not like
Yes.
cause for existence from nothing. So the
Okay,
universe
so in the
exists,
physical
the
universe,
universe
yeah,
exists, and the things change in the universe. That's all. Okay, you guys are kafir. Ben user. Okay. Sorry for that. Yeah, there is a change, and universe, it's like things in the universe change, and maybe
yeah,
that there are causes which cause universe to change also. Okay,
yeah.
but
I mean, I got
that
it. What
doesn't
is the
mean
hardest part is
yeah.
how it is possible something physical in nature came into existence without knowing something that wasn't physical or not, right? Like the universe is physical for us, and how it came into the existence from something that was didn't exist as a physical.
Paul, are you there?
Um,
I need to have a call, man.
okay. Okay. Anyone else? I'm just a live stream.
Oh yeah. What were you saying? I guess I can engage with you.
Yeah, go ahead. I mean, yeah, go ahead. You're an
What are you
atheist,
saying?
Paul?
Yeah, I am. Yeah.
No. Okay. I mean, I'm saying, like, in scientifically or logically, like everything that exists in this universe, like there should be some reason, and that reason is like a cause. Like the gravity, has a time space fabric because of which we see effect like a gravity, right? And the same way, like everything we can trace down in time, backward in time. Everything have a cause. So, yeah, this is where we came across, and the question of my philosopher friend is how the God is multiple or single. Like that's what we came
Yeah.
across.
Well, yeah. I don't understand like if physical stuff requires causes, like in the non-physical world. If there's a non-physical world where there's like and it's not like physical, then why should we even believe that that needs to have like causation? Why couldn't there be multiple like non-material causes?
Can you repeat? I mean, you're saying like something in physical that is for sure need a cause, right? Like something that exists in physical nature,
Oh, I'm
physical
just
in nature.
granting it. I'm granting it. I'm not saying I'll just grant it.
No, but logically, right? Like logically and scientifically, it's not possible, right? Like something came into existence without any reason, right?
Well,
The reason might.
I don't know what you're talking about. Like what came into existence without any reason?
Okay, like gravity, gravity have a reason, right? Like the
What do you mean it has a
mass of
reason?
reason is like gravity is an effect, and the reason behind the gravity is the mass of the body, the body and the mass of this planet, and the space and time fabric. Like, they bend the space time fabric in different. I mean, they do indentation in the space time fabric, and the more indentation they do, like the more mass they have. So
Okay.
I mean, yeah, like this is your PC or mobile phone, right? Like it was created by someone, right? Didn't came into existence by itself. Someone was there and multiple people
Right.
were there.
Yeah, but
So,
there's lots of things that like quote unquote come into existence and they don't require like an agent to do so.
I mean, can you give an example? I mean,
yeah, like a river or a rock falling off a cliff and turning into like 6,000 pebbles.
oh wait, rock falling out of cliff. It's an example of gravity, right? Like that is falling downwards because of gravity, right?
Yeah.
So don't you think like it's falling
Well,
downward
where's
because
the
of
agent
gravity?
involved though? Where's the agent involved? Are you saying that there's some sort of agent that like created gravity?
Yeah, space and time fabric.
Right. You keep saying that, but are you saying an agent created space and time fabric?
I mean, there should be something, right? Like there's something that is physical in nature that should be come from something, right? I mean, we cannot assume it's came from nothing, right? Because if we assume
I didn't say it came from nothing.
Yeah, I mean, I don't have the answer. Like
Creating this
science has the
you're creating this false economy. You're saying it either came from an agent or it came from nothing. I don't know why I should accept.
No, I'm saying it should be come from something. It cannot be possible it came from nothing.
Okay, we'll just say it came from something.
Yeah. Yep. Scientifically, it should be come from something. I mean, I don't have the exact answer.
I don't know. Maybe.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not sure. Like, is there possible, like, without any reason, something came into existence?
Well,
Because
you believe God comes into existence for that reason. So why couldn't there be a non-God thing that comes into existence? I mean, that just exists without reason.
I mean, if we are arguing about God, or like we are arguing about the cause and effect, like if there is something effect, there should be a cause. Like we are right now stick on the this argument, right?
Okay. Are you back, Phil?
Sorry.
God create things. That's an effect, and there should be the cause. What's that?
No. Sorry. God is an effect, and there should be a cause.
God creating something is an effect. What's the cause of it?
Cause of what? Like God?
Cause of the effect. Like you said that there's a cause for the effect. So God creating things is an effect. What's the cause of it?
No, God is supposed to be the cause of the effect we are seeing right now.
Supposed to be. Okay, so then the universe is the cause of the effects that you see right now.
Universe is the effect of something that was previously happened, and
You don't know that. You claim that.
I mean, the Big Bang, like the science say, like it's a Big Bang. So I'm not sure, like the Big Bang can be a cause of this.
No, you guys
Do you know what is Big Bang?
Yeah, Big Bang is like a cosmic event that happened, when a lot of energy confined into the small space, and that small space wouldn't able to hold the energy, and it blasted. Yeah, and we can still see the effect.
There was energy, and energy started expanding, and then space time.
Hey, give us a brother.
Okay, it started expanding, and and you were saying that energy came from somewhere.
Sorry, energy came from what?
Somewhere, like that's what you think.
Yeah, it should be come from something, right?
Okay, so God has power also, right? So some sort of energy. God has power, right? So it should come from somewhere, and others.
Yeah, we can talk
Where did it
about.
come?
We can talk about. Yeah, we can talk about the attributes of God. Like, is he powerful or not? Like, because I usually don't buy this. Argument like he's the he's the most powerful.
No
what
problem.
I believe
No
he
problem. I don't want to talk about those properties. I just want to learn the same, same things that you want to learn about the universe. So you're asking where the universe come from. I'm asking where the God came from.
Yeah, and for that argument, like we can go for that direction. But again, if we assume something is God, right? So if God is created by something, so that means he is not a God, right? But this is a like religious argument, like and none of us are religious, so
Others, very good, very good. But when we were speaking about cause and effect about the universe, we didn't say
yeah,
that the cause of the universe is a God, right? So we are still talking about cause.
yeah.
So the cause of the universe, I'm asking where the cause came from.
Yeah.
Do you have an answer for it?
And
You believe that there must be a cause for the universe, right? The universe must come from somewhere.
yeah, if
And
we
I
go
say,
through the science,
okay, and I say, let's accept that. And my next question is, where the cause came from?
yeah, that's a nice question. But again, like there is a logical fallacy, like the infinite regress, right?
Ooh,
Like if we go
okay,
backward,
then
I mean,
why you're creating that problem then if you think it's a problem?
no, it's not the problem, but we
Oh,
cannot go,
you said
we cannot,
fallacy. Okay, if that's a fallacy, why you're creating a fallacy?
no, I'm not creating a fallacy. What I'm saying,
You're creating when you say there must be a cause for the universe to exist, and I cannot
yeah,
explain it in another way. That means you
mhm.
create this fallacy.
No, what I'm saying, like you cannot expand the time, like suppose we are like one event follows the another, right? Like one event follows the another, so we can go back in the time, and there must be a something
Adarsh,
that is stuck.
Adarsh,
Yeah,
I think you don't understand what I'm trying to say here.
no, I get it, like you're saying
No, you
if
didn't
there,
get it. You didn't get it. You're trying to explain me like that infinite regress problem. I don't need to hear that. I know that. Okay, and let's agree that that's a problem, Adarsh.
yeah,
I
that's the
understand it.
scientifically,
Adarsh,
yep,
Adarsh, focus on, man, focus on. Okay,
okay,
you're just trying to talk. Okay, I accept that it's a problem. Do you understand me?
mhm,
Okay, so you don't have to explain it to me. But I'm saying that you are creating the problem. Okay,
mhm.
why you're doing
How?
that? How? By saying that who created the universe or what is the cause of the universe? So what's your solution for this problem? You're saying that, oh, wait a second. I will go one step further from the universe. Let's find a cause for the universe, but let's stop there, man. Let's stop. Don't tell anyone. We'll stop there immediately. We will see
No,
one cause and we will stop there, and that's the solution, man. Like we solve the infinite regress problem like this. Really?
yeah, no, I mean,
Yeah, that's what
so
you're
you're
doing, right?
so you're denying there cannot be any cause of this universe, like the
I'm not
universe came from
denying. I
nothing.
don't know. I don't know, man. I just don't know. You are the one who's claiming that the universe has a cause, and it's only one cause and no cause further than that. You are the one who claims all those things.
No, there are multiple events that eventually our universe came into the existence, and
Came
one
into
one
existence. Sounds like like there was nothing, and the universe popped into existence. It sounds like that. But we just mentioned about that. Like, yeah,
no,
things happen, but it's not like things came into existence out of nothing. We always see things, they just change. That's what we observe. When we say
yeah,
something came into existence, again, that doesn't mean it popped into existence. What
yeah.
we know,
That
like the
and
things made, for example, the things that made your phone, is just parts
mhm,
that existed before. And what
yes,
about
you're right.
those parts? Those parts also made by other things that existed. Okay. And if we trace back, we will find always something. And we can go like till Big Bang and we see
Mhm,
energy, condensed energy. Okay.
mhm,
It's
yeah,
something. And then we see the change of it. That's all.
okay. And
So,
that is again a cause, right? Like the cause is the condensed energy and it expanded, right?
cause of
And
what?
even cause of this universe. I mean, again,
No, it's the
I
universe
mean, there
itself.
no, there was a condensed energy, right?
Yeah, and it's
You when he was,
expanding, and you're looking at it like you're looking at the same thing, which expanded. It's like looking at a balloon when it's not
yes,
inflated. Now you're looking at something big, but it was the balloon. It's the same balloon.
yeah,
You're just looking
yeah,
at when after the change. That's all.
yeah. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I mean, I 100% agree. Like that's how the thermodynamics work. Like the energy cannot be destroyed or neither be created, right?
Uh, doesn't it
So
sound like it
yeah,
was always there?
sorry.
It sounds like it was always there, right?
Yeah, I mean, it was there, but it was in the different form. But we
Okay.
as in humans see,
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
we as in humans see something,
yeah.
right? So we see the physical attribute, and if the physical attribute change, we say like something new has been created.
Okay,
Right?
so like you're saying that it started changing the causes outside. Like
Sorry.
there's an action and the cause of it is outside of the universe. That's what you're saying. Or singularity, let's say. So singularity started changing and you think that the cause is outside. Am
I
I
mean,
right?
like for the physical, what's happening right now, like the something that's changed inside the universe. Yeah, the causes are inside the universe, but something that have created the whole universe. Yeah, for sure. Like that should be differentiated from the universe.
Something
I mean, that
created the
might be the.
universe. What do you mean like created?
I mean, yeah, that came into the existence because of some reasons. So that
Out
reason
of
should be.
nowhere? Like when you say came into existence, you mean out of nowhere?
I mean, I didn't say it's
You
nowhere.
didn't.
Like,
I'm
but I.
asking, man. I'm asking.
No, I mean, I said like it came from the Big Bang. So the
Came
Big
from the
Bang
Big
was the.
Bang. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
that's the scientific. That's always the scientific law, whatever.
Okay.
And yeah,
Big Bang. Big Bang is a god
and
for you or what?
no, it's not a god. It's an
Okay.
event, like it's a cosmic event.
Okay.
And
An event that the expansion
wait.
of a
Let me.
singularity, right? Waiting. Okay. Well, let me send a link. Matterson, do you want to join today?
I don't think so.
Yeah.
I think he feels more comfortable in the chat.
Yeah. Okay. Adarsh, you're breaking to me right now. Paul, is it the case for you also?
Yes, yeah, yep.
Yeah. Today I will be very skeptic because this is just the first hours of my new internet. So I might have maybe problems that I don't know the reason.
He
Adarsh,
sounds terrible.
okay, I'll mute you. If you hear me right now, we couldn't understand even what you said. Okay. Waiting. Let's try it again.
Okay, thanks for not making me out.
It's cracking a little bit, but
Oh, it's breaking. Still breaking.
okay, it's not like breaking. It's just like the audio's cracking.
Okay. I mean, I thought that it's fixed right now. I mean,
It's better,
you
way
cannot hear
better.
it.
Yeah, I mean, at least it can allow us to have the conversation. I hope.
So I don't believe in God.
You don't
I
believe in
mean,
God? Fuck,
no,
man. What the hell we're talking then?
Wait. No, but I believe in the philosophy, like the non-dualistic philosophy. So yeah, using that faith, sometimes I do advocate for the God as well, because there is only one thing exists, that is the consciousness. I mean, beyond that, nothing exists. Anything that we can see through our like eyes, and that is more like a perception we have. Like how should I say, like the observer effect. In the quantum physics, we study about the observer effect. The things start materializing itself. When you start looking at it. Like the things are like more like a wave, like everything is like a wave, and the moment there is an observer, it start materializing itself. And you can perceive those things like in the way that is best for your survival. Like you came from the evolution, and you opt some of your instinct, like some of your instinct and some of your senses, like eyes and the hearing and everything. So these perception you get after the best for you to survive. So what I believe, like in the non-dualistic way, that only one thing exists, that is the consciousness, because of which there is a life, and that the same consciousness, I believe it is a God. So yeah, I mean, I know like there's no perfect
What
explanation for that, but
consciousness you're talking about?
yeah, the consciousness we have.
We have consciousness,
Yeah.
therefore it's God.
No, I'm saying like the only thing that exists in this whole universe, not in universe, anything beyond universe is the consciousness, and inside the consciousness, everything created and destroyed within
How do they know that?
consciousness. Yeah, this is the thing. I mean,
Well, yeah, this is the thing. Like,
uh,
how do they know that? If you don't know that, why do you have such a belief?
no, I'm saying like based on the quantum physics that I have studied recently. So in the observer effect, like anything that you see through your eyes, that in reality doesn't exist. Like only the wave. Wave is more like an energy that exists, but um, it doesn't exist in the physical form. Like, but you perceive it as a physical form for your survival. Like your eyes are built in the such a way, like the things that are not in
Don't
physical.
please don't jump there. Like you're very hasty about those things. So you're talking about quantum physics, and how does it prove that there's only consciousness? It doesn't prove that
Yeah,
there's
because
only consciousness.
yeah, because anything that you see other than like anything like physical in nature that is not in reality is in nature. I mean,
How
physical
do they
in
know
nature.
that? How do they know that?
Yeah, that's what this theory is called, like the observer effect. Like everything is a wave, and the moment there is an observer, like there was an experiment, right? Like the double slit experiment, where the electron gun is shooted through the double slit, and it acts both like a material and it created a wavefront, as well as like it acts as a particle as well as a wave. So what they have noticed, like the moment there is an observer, it start acting like it is a particle, but when there is a no
Sorry,
observer,
Adarsh,
it's
I feel like you have some misunderstanding about those things. Okay, I don't want to argue much about there because I'm not expert on quantum physics, also. But what, like, only thing that I can tell you that I think you misunderstand the observer effect because it's about measurement, not observer. I mean, it's not about humans or
no,
our
it's about the
consciousness. Okay,
observer. No, it's about the observer. I mean,
no, like
as far as I
it's about measurement. Okay, so
measurement of what?
measurement of the event. Okay, so
Okay.
when you say observer, like you kind of relate that consciousness and the things kind of seems like they know that we observe, or it's happening because we observe. Like I think
Yeah, but the
you're
thing,
misunderstanding things there. Okay,
okay, I mean, I think like I'm thinking in the right direction. I mean, that changes, like the particles start changing their behavior based on the observer.
based on the measurement. Well, when we measure, yeah, it changes. So like the results we see when we're not looking at, also like when we put the devices, when we measure with the devices, we still have the same results. So it's not you looking at it. It's not something knows you're there. But even if you say that, oh, it knows I'm here observing, that means there's something else, not only your consciousness, even if you're partially right about what you believe in general. So to be able to observe, you need things to observe beyond your
Okay.
consciousness. So it's not only you.
Mhm.
Or maybe you're right. Maybe that all happens in your consciousness. Maybe you're creating things in your consciousness. So these are the big questions, man. And we don't have solution for that. And science didn't solve that. It didn't solve it.
Yeah. And do you believe like the consciousness is the part of the brain, like it's coming out of brain?
Yeah, I
Like there
believe in
is a
that.
one.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, man. I mean, but science doesn't have any explanation, right? Like they believe in the consciousness, but they don't have any. I mean, like they cannot point it out in one direction, and they say like this part of brain is emitting like the consciousness. Like this is the where a consciousness is there. Like the electric impulses, or the frontal cortex, or
But we know a lot of things about consciousness. That doesn't mean we know everything about it or how does it work like exactly, but we know many things. So like
but do you think like at the level of consciousness we are different, like as a human? we at the level of consciousness, like if we remove the memory, like if we remove the memory of everyone, so we are almost same, right? Not physically, like we can see, like we can differentiate based on how we look, but the based on the consciousness, we are all almost same. Okay, I know.
Working mechanism in the brain. It works. Like maybe you can compare the car engines. Like the engines are working and they're emitting, heat, and also there's a motion in it. You may think like that, and brains are biologically similar, right? So that like the job that they are doing is similar.
So can we can we detect the consciousness in like some instrument? You mean like we can detect the heat and the energy, the electric impulses in like instrument, right? Like we can measure it.
How do you define
Like, is there any way?
consciousness? How do you define consciousness?
I mean, consciousness, like I'm not sure like there's any definition, but consciousness is something that is looking behind your. I mean, it is you. It is you. You're not your brain. Like you cannot point it out in. Like when you're being asked, like who are you? So you cannot point it out like this hand is me. Like if we remove both of your hands and all of your limbs, like you still exist, right? Like there is someone who say, yeah, I'm exist. Or you can transplant your heart. You can change your heart, and you're still alive. And there is someone who say, yeah, I'm still here.
Yeah. Okay. So okay, let's like agree on that. Okay. I'm terrible at defining things, but since you're the one who brought the topic of consciousness, so you're saying that the ability to say, "Oh, it's me." Okay. A rock can say that? No. Animals are saying that? Not all of them.
No, but they don't have that language. But
yeah, they don't have the language. But do you think rocks, trees, they have language?
Sorry, the rock? You mean
stones?
the rocket? Yeah, I mean, no, I don't think
A
so.
dead body?
No, they don't
Okay.
have. I mean,
Someone.
there's no one.
Okay. No. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go bit by bit.
There's
Okay.
no one to answer.
A man in a coma can say, "Hey, it's me."
Man in coma. This is the hard one. I mean, he is conscious. Like the consciousness is there, but like he cannot answer your question. Like he cannot. I mean, he cannot say like, yeah.
Okay.
I mean,
Forget
I'm
about
conscious.
that. Forget about that. A dead person.
Again, like every single what they say, like most of its organ are failed. The brain is almost failed. The supposed to be failed. So
if brain fails first, then again, there's no consciousness, right?
Yep. I mean, the brain is more like a mirror. The brain is more like a mirror, right? Like you can observe.
Well, what about saying it's like a generator of the consciousness? So if you stop other things, maybe they're not immediately being affected. I mean, the brain or consciousness. Sure, if you stop the heart, other things also stop. But if you stop one kidney, or if you stop the stomach right now, or other organs, like still you can have the consciousness. But if you stop the brain somehow, then you'll never get the consciousness. Or if you damage the brain, you'll not get the consciousness, right? So we understand that it's very related to the brain.
Yeah, I mean, again, like
it's
even
a
like most of your part of your
functioning brain that's causing. Yeah, I mean, at least that there is a correlation between a functioning brain and consciousness. So we know the source of it.
Yeah, so is it possible, like if a person died, because of heart attack, and we transplant his heart with a good new one, and that is a perfect working heart, and we start pumping the heart and everything, and we start giving, there is some instrument, like we start giving like some electrical impulses to his brain. So is that possible? The consciousness come inside again that brain, because if consciousness is the part of brain.
You're talking about heart implant? I mean.
No. I'm saying like the consciousness is gone, right? Like once a person is dead, the consciousness is gone. So suppose if a person died because of heart attack, like he had the bad heart, I mean whatever, like, you know, and we transplant his heart after he died, and you know, we do something like, there might be some instrumentation like we give, and the heart start pumping the blood to his brain. So does that person going to be alive again, you know?
It depends, man. I don't know how long does it take, like to do the transplantations. So if the brain is dead, then doesn't matter like how much you pump with the new heart. Probably it will never come back. But let me ask you this question. The same
Mhm,
question. The person died.
mhm,
After 1 week, you change the
mhm,
heart.
mhm.
You think it will come back, the consciousness?
No, I mean, if it
Okay.
is the part of the if it is the part of the brain, I mean, I don't. Yeah, it is possible if it is a part of brain, you know, like, because you can do
Then
like
we
some.
have great evidence that it's about brain. Great evidence. I don't
Okay.
understand why you're
Can
questioning
you?
this.
No, I mean, can you point it out in one like part, which part it is coming originated from, like, you know, like the cerebrum or
I
cortex
don't know
or?
the details, man. I'm not studying that field. Okay. I don't know the details, but do you have really suspicions that it doesn't come from the brain?
No, because again, the question is like, it is coming from a brain. Suppose the heart is not working, right? Like you can transplant the heart. So the same way, like if brain is not working, so can you transplant the brain? Because if brain is the one who is emerging the consciousness, so it
We are
should,
not able
once the
to
consciousness
transplant
is,
brains right now. We don't have that technology.
no, I'm not saying like transplant the brain, but again, we come uh, I'm assume giving you same hypothetical, right? So if a person died because of heart attack, like every organ is working perfectly, you know, and we transplant his heart after he died, and we, you know, artificially pump the blood through his to his brain, giving the oxygen to his brain and everything. So, you know, is that possible? The consciousness again emerge in a dead person, because if it's coming from like, you know, the brain itself.
My God, man. Like Adarsh, this conversation becomes so weird. So, like, do you think it's not possible to transplant heart? Like, we do that, right?
Yeah, we do that, but what
Okay.
I'm saying, after he died, after a person died, you know, after a
Like,
person
how
died,
many hours?
maybe the next day. I mean,
No,
how
fuck,
for how
man.
long you
Like,
can
no,
preserve a
it
body?
doesn't. We don't bring people from death after a day. We are not able to do that.
Okay, yeah, because we cannot. Yeah, because the consciousness is not emerging from, you know, like the brain, right?
Because,
Because, no, wait. No, that
oh
is
my
something related.
God.
Wait, no, that is related because if consciousness is emerging from the brain,
Okay.
so you know, once the brain start working, you know, if the brain start working once, so that means it's going to emerge like the consciousness,
Yeah,
right?
but that doesn't mean you can start the brain after someone dies. So if you cannot start the brain, sure, you're not gonna see the consciousness. That's why we don't see consciousness, right? When the body stops, okay, heart, brain, whatever, we don't see it. We don't see consciousness. Dead bodies that they don't have consciousness, right?
No, I mean,
Okay,
of
we're
course,
not able to do that. Well, what are you questioning exactly here? I don't understand.
no, because again, like it's more like the combination of, you know, the
Combination
different
of
part
what?
of the brain that is,
Do you think
yeah.
we can bring back people from death?
No, I'm not saying that. Like, this is not my argument.
Okay,
My
so we're
argument
not
is,
able to do that. So what the hell you're talking about right now? I don't understand.
no, I'm saying like if the consciousness emerging from the brain, you know, that if brain is the capable of emerging the consciousness, so if, you know, if brain start working, like if somehow we, you know, give some
Somehow.
electrical impulse.
Okay, when
Yes.
someone can, okay, do that in the future, then let's talk about it. Okay? So far we're not able to do that, and you're asking a stupid question based on a stupid if. Okay? If we can bring
That's
people
not
from death is a stupid question. Okay? We're not able to do that. Are you aware of that? Are you aware
I'm
of
aware of
that?
that.
So if we cannot do it right now, how can I know the answer of your question?
Wait. Yeah,
If
that's
we
right.
cannot do that, how can I know your Yeah. So we don't know that, okay? But I don't think we can do that in the future even. So if we do not have the technology to freeze bodies like in the movies, okay? But if we let the body without doing anything, I think we cannot bring it back. Maybe again, like in the movies, you freeze the body immediately after the person dies. Maybe in the future we might have such kind of technologies, and then we can learn whether it comes back or not.
No, every part of your brain remain the same.
Adarsh, here's the thing. Even if we have a technology that we can make the heart pump again after transplantation, or maybe we don't need it, but imagine somehow we get some vitals back, okay? We reach that technology. And that doesn't mean that consciousness will come back. Even if it doesn't come back, still it doesn't mean it doesn't relate to brain. Okay. So even if we have
No,
some sort
because
of
every part.
technology,
No, because you know this, right? Like even once a person died, like you can use their organs, right? Like even after they died, like after a few hours they die, you can remove the
okay,
organs and
yeah,
you can transplant that same organ to a different person, and the organ start working, like it was working before.
and
So yes, so like if brain is the one like who is holding the consciousness, then I mean that should be possible in in that case as well. I mean, to
maybe,
transplant the
but
brain.
since we are not able to do that, so we don't know the answer. Just
Yeah,
asking a question
that's
based on something that we don't know. And you know that we're not able to do that right now. That's why it doesn't say anything.
okay. Maybe the next time I go bring some new argument for consciousness. Yeah,
Maybe.
yeah.
But
So
what we observe is these material bodies and material environment, and yeah, we
but
see consciousness emerging from the body, especially from the brain. We have evidence for that, and we know
yeah,
that
like
when the body stops functioning, then we don't see consciousness. We have never seen a dead person speaking, hey, saying, "I'm here, man. Yeah, I died. My heart doesn't work, my brain doesn't work, but here I am." We don't see such a thing, right?
okay.
So it's
I mean,
related to the
there is no one
functioning
to
body.
say it. Yeah, yeah. I mean, there is no one to say it. Yeah, that's right. I mean, that person is not able to say this. Yep. The memories are gone because we speak based on our memories. So yeah, those memories are also gone. So you can speak. So do you follow any philosophy, by the way? I mean,
I'm not aware of philosophies. Like, I don't know. Maybe I am doing without knowing the name of it.
okay. No, I'm asking because of your name. Is that philosopher? Like, is that
Sober.
synonym of philosopher?
No,
Sober, you.
they're not.
Okay. Next time I'm gonna do more research and bring
Okay.
something new.
Okay. No.
Till then, have a nice day.
Yeah, you too. Thanks for joining, man. Okay, I'll jump into the room. Yeah, the caller was diving into some very big questions. And probably he had some misunderstanding about double slit experiment, which might kind of confuse people, many people I see. But yeah, understanding the realities is a bigger topic, I believe. It's bigger than the topic that we're questioning here every day. So good luck to him. Okay, not many people, but we are having people, Paul. I hope we may get more people.
Well, we've had some conversations here and there.
Yeah. I hope we can have good ones. Okay. Dawsy left. Dawsy left. Dawsy left.
Oh well, now we have Ira or Ira.
Ira.
Hi.
Hi, Ira. New heart, new consciousness. Okay. I was searching for one of the callers, Paul. The guy was claiming about things about 23rd of September. I couldn't find it. I couldn't find it.
Callers, what do you mean? Like somebody that was talking about the rapture?
Yeah, he was talking. Probably he was talking about it. Yeah, and I really wanted to check it, but he was saying, yeah, something will happen that day, and it's very soon. I said, okay, come back. But I didn't save it. I wish I saved it, but probably he will not come back.
Oh, that's too bad. That would have
Yeah.
been great.
Yeah. Yeah, next time I'm gonna take notes in my notebook if people claim such things.
Yeah, well, there'll be a new one, I'm sure. I think I heard one coming up here.
I
And I'll
think
believe it.
after the raptures, some of them can be really cautious, and maybe they will stop claiming things.
Hello.
I hope they learn. Hello, girl. Welcome.
How are you all?
Fine. I mean, I'm fine. I hope you're
You're
also
fine.
fine.
What's your good name?
Phil, you can call me Phil.
Phil. Where from?
I'm from heaven.
You're from Thailand.
Yeah.
Okay, okay. So I'm very lucky that I got connected with a call of foreigner. Yeah. My name is Gaurav and I'm from India.
Okay, girl. Like, do you see the topic of the room?
What is the topic?
God's existence.
God existence.
Yeah, and this is live on YouTube. You should know that.
Okay, this is live on YouTube also.
Yep.
Yeah, didn't you see this before you came into the room? Didn't you see the description? And this room is live on YouTube.
Actually, first time one of my friend told me about this application. The first time, it is my first call on this application.
Oh, welcome.
Wow. That's
So actually to ask about the God existence. So I really believe that God exists in the world.
okay. Which God? Hindu God.
Actually, no, you can say that God's like if I talk about the Sanatan religion, so definitely according to the Sanatan religion, Lord Shiva, Lord Shiva.
Shiva. Okay. So why do you believe a God exists in the first place?
Because when you know if because we cannot lie to ourselves. So when we do some kind of work, when we have some kind of wishes, and if we make effort, so we and you can take the example of when we go to temple, any church, anywhere, so we feel some kind of positivity. So we feel the vibration of God, that whatever is happening and whatever we think, so it happens
All right,
automatically.
I'm gonna cut you here. So I don't think like there's a very good connection between you feel good, therefore there is a God, and God causes this
But somebody,
positivity. I
you
don't
can say
see, I don't see,
energy.
I don't see, I don't see the connection, man. Like, so for example, if I go to a concert, I feel good. That means there are music gods there. Or if I watch a movie that I like, I feel so good. That means there's some actor gods around me giving me positivity. No, right?
But for if I talk about suppose you as you're talking about the positivity by the songs, by the watching movies
Okay.
and all, so it's a short time positivity. But if when you
Okay.
connect with the God,
But
because you know
y-
connecting to
yeah, when you
meditation.
go to temple, you feel positive, but not always. When you go to your job, especially on Monday, probably you feel very down. So that positive is not
And
always with you, right?
for the mental peace, because so many person they are happy, but if I talk about them at the mental
Sure.
level, they are
When
not
people do
happy.
things that they like, they become happy. Yeah, I understand that. Some people like to go to temples or historical places. They like to listen such kind of things, and that's why they become happy. That's understandable. But
They,
that doesn't mean God is real. God exists.
Really, God exists. Haven't you seen any energy that haven't you seen? But I felt in my
I've
life.
seen
I'm sharing my
like
experience.
electricity
I've seen a
is
lot of
very important, and that's a very helpful energy. But I don't call electricity God. Or the sun has
it-
great energy, but I don't call it a God. It's just the sun. That's all.
it's a planet. We cannot say it's a planet. But if
It's
I
a
talk about
star.
some stars also, even you will find. And if I talk about so many prized, if I talk about in Hindu Dharma, so I have seen that so many person they believe in negative energy also. And when the negative energy enters in the body, so person starts doing some kind of wrong things, and he behaves like
Yeah, that's
very
understandable.
bad.
Like we can explain that through human biology and emotions. Like sometimes when we think bad about things, when we have, those bad emotions, yeah, we do bad things. We tend to do bad things. It affects us mentally and physically. We know those things, but there's
So,
no God
so
in
that
those
time
things
who
that
helps?
we see.
But that time who helps? But that time who helps?
Many other
God.
things. Many other things
What,
help.
what,
I
what
don't
are
see
the
God.
things?
I don't see helping God.
God is the only one. Actually, God, we cannot say it's a supreme soul. God
Okay.
is. We cannot
Do,
say that God.
how do you know? How do you know it exists?
Actually, I'm sharing my experience. I go to Prajapati Brahma Kumari Vishwavidyalaya. It's a meditation center. Om Shanti. Have you heard about BK Shivani?
No.
No, actually, so actually I just go there and I learn Raj Yoga meditation. So I when I go there, so you will find the people when they just meditate, and whether you don't know how to meditate or not, but when you sit with them, when you talk with them, you feel positive vibes. You
Okay.
feel positive vibes, and
GP,
they when
GP, Garau, I'm gonna mute
yes,
you.
yes, yes.
I'm gonna mute you. I already answered this, okay? When you feel positive about something, that doesn't mean there is a God, okay? I feel positive when I listen to a song, or when I watch a movie, or when I talk to my friends or my girlfriend. I feel very positive. So that doesn't mean there is a God around me, okay? Maybe there is. I don't know that, but that doesn't mean there is a God, okay? So you should find a better evidence to prove that a God exists. When you feel good, you just feel good, and there are reasons for it. And we know those reasons. You're saying, oh, there's one more reason, but you have to prove that exists also. You didn't do that, okay? Okay. I hope he's not speaking. Okay. We have other guys. Mahdi, Sandip, and Uzra. Okay. Any God believers?
So,
We
if you friends know more information about the topic,
know more information?
yeah,
What do you mean?
means can you explain more about your topic that you say God's existence?
Yeah, I have questions to start. For example, do
Yeah.
you believe in God?
By the way, everyone I think in this world believe the God. Maybe there is a lot of religion that we have as Muslim or Christian, or we can say Buddhism or something like this.
Muhammad, have you heard about atheist people? Have you heard about atheist
Don't
people?
believe in God.
Yeah, atheist people, the ones who don't believe in God. Yeah.
So when you feel low, when you feel that something is lack in my life, so what do you think?
What do I think? I think a lot of things there all the time, man. But I
Yeah,
think
you can.
I should change the situation. That's what I think when I feel very
And
down.
And actually, you have mentioned actually first time I'm using this application, so I don't have idea. But actually, I can watch. Do you believe in God? Which why? Who created God? God. Nobody can created God. God created the person.
Nobody
He's a
created
founder.
God. How they know nobody created the God?
Nobody can create the God
How they
actually.
know that? How they know that, man? How they know that?
Actually, when you in Hindu Dharma, you will find a lot of things like
Why
Puran,
should I
Vishnu
think?
Puran.
Why should I think that those scriptures are right?
Those scripts are right. If you cannot believe in
Why should I
Hindu
think that?
Dharma, you can go for the in Buddhism. Buddhism, you will find everything is written. Everything is written over the things.
That doesn't mean it's true, man.
In Buddhism, you will find everything is written. That there is
Man,
an
I think.
energy.
Oh my god, like man, you behave like a machine to me. You don't listen. I say that doesn't mean it's true. Do you understand that? Like, yes, it's written, but that doesn't. So, do you know Lord of the Rings,
What? Could you please come again?
Game of Thrones?
Game of Thrones.
Yeah, that was a famous TV show.
I have not seen actually. I
What
can't
about
tell.
Lord of the Rings?
Lord of.
The Rings.
I don't have idea about it also.
Fuck, man. What about Superman?
Superman. Supreme power. I told you, Lord Shiva. And
Man, fuck.
NASA also believes. NASA also believes
I'm changing the
that
room.
sound
Probably
before.
is not gonna understand that I'm changing the room also, but anyway, so you know it. I cannot deal. I cannot deal with that. I cannot deal with that. Yeah, I'm escaping. Yeah, I escaped. I hope he won't come back. I hope. Wow. Phew. It will come. Don't worry, Mad. Okay. Oh, by the way, who created your god, Matterson? That question is also for you. Let's find out. Lexicon. Okay.
Hey, hello.
Hey, hello.
Hey, hi. How are you?
I'm fine. Are you Matterson?
Sorry.
Okay. No
Hey,
worry.
sorry. What did you ask? I didn't get it. Come again.
I just tried to learn if you're a person that we know.
Oh, no, I'm not that person, right? Okay.
You're
So
not
how you
that
doing?
person? Okay.
I'm not that
How do
person,
you
right?
know that you're
Maybe
not that person?
I don't know. As you said, right? You are, calling me, right? To that person. I'm not that guy.
What was I calling?
You were saying something.
Okay. Okay. Anyway.
Maybe I didn't get you. Come again, right? Okay.
Anyway.
Okay. So what's more? How you doing?
I'm doing okay. How about you?
Great. Just doing great. Okay. Let's say hello to other person.
Yeah. Other
A
people.
lot of
Hello.
people.
So lexicon, like, did you realize that we have some specific topics here?
I realize, yeah. I saw it.
Good, good. So do you want to talk about God's existence?
existence, right? I don't know much about this topic, but I want to hear, right? I want to listen to other people. What's their opinion about it? Yeah,
I hope we can hear other people.
maybe there are a lot of guys. You can ask, right, to them.
Sure, but not all people want to engage with such kind of topics, and especially when it's live on YouTube.
Okay.
Yeah. Hey, can I stay here? Yes, you can. Hey,
Okay.
Jawad. Jawad, we can hear the noise, but you should stop
Oh,
making
that's
noises,
great.
okay?
I like that question, right? Topic, God, existence, and who created God? That's good.
Yeah, these are
Who
questions.
created? Okay, can I ask you, right, about this question, right? Who created God? What do you think? I want to know your opinion. Oh, a lot of people, right? A lot of people are joining.
Yeah. But as I said, not many want to engage. So
Yeah, we want to hear what you think. We want to hear your opinion about God.
Exactly, yeah. So what do you think, right, Mr. Honor?
No, I'm talking about you. We want to hear what you think.
To me, my boy, I told him, right, I'm not too into, right, in this kind of topic, right, but I want to listen, the opinion of other people.
no problem, man. No problem.
Okay.
But maybe if you are insisting me, right, to say something, right, I would say, it depends, right, person to person, right, if you're very educated, right, so
It's,
maybe your opinion will be changed. Yeah.
it's better when you just want it. So not because we want.
Hello, hello guys. I have a question.
Hey,
Question, right? Come
JJ.
on. Yeah. Go ahead.
It's not JJ. I'm Jihad.
Okay.
Don't worry. Hey, don't.
Okay, Jihad.
Okay.
What?
Okay, Jihad.
Why we are learning English? Why we are learning English? Please can one describe me?
That's not the topic of this room. Do you know that?
No, I'm just coming to listening.
Okay, then just listen, okay?
Okay, thank you.
Thank you so much. So, yeah, people, our topic is God's existence. And to be able to start the conversation, we are asking these questions. Do you believe in God? If yes, which God? Then why do you believe in a God? And then who created this God? Okay, people. And please know that this is live on
Anybody
YouTube.
here, right, to answer?
Yeah. Why God was created? That's not the question that I'm asking. This is just dodging the question, Matterson. That's another question. If God has a creator, yeah, we should ask that creator why he created the God. But that's another topic. Why a God creates another God is a different question. That's not what I'm asking, okay?
Mm-hmm. Are
Yes.
you atheist?
Yes, I am an
Full
atheist. LV.
Okay, let me ask you something. So you are an atheist, right? Since your childhood? When did you
No,
realize
no,
you're right?
no. I'm an atheist
What
about
what
like
what about
five,
your
6 years.
from last 5 or 6 years?
Yep.
So how did you realize, that there's nothing? Okay, you got the answer of your question right about this topic.
Like the
When?
question doesn't make sense. How did you realize there is nothing? Then that question is senseless to me.
Maybe you got to learn. No, you got to
But
learn,
I
right?
think
Something.
the better question in this context, I think, could be, how did you stop believing in a God?
It's the same thing, right? When did you realize, or how you
Well,
stop?
when did I realize? It
Figuratively,
was like
figuratively.
5 years ago, but you already knew it. But how did I stop believing a God exists?
Yeah.
I realized that I don't have good evidence or good arguments for the existence of my God, and automatically the other gods, because I also realized that believers believe in a God nearly in the same ways. So I
Mhm.
realized that there is no good evidence to believe a God exists for me, and arguments
Okay.
they don't work for me. They're not convincing enough. That was the
I
realization, and that made me an atheist.
Okay. Well, I want to ask something more like, you were reading something. Maybe you got to that point,
Oh,
by
not
reading.
not reading, not true reading. Like I like to see how
Yeah,
people debate about these topics, and I was watching a lot of debates about these topics.
about this topic.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's how I started learning about arguments, about logic, sure, about religions also.
So what do you think, maybe a lack of education, right? Lack of education play a big role to believe in God or not believe in God?
Mm, there might be a correlation, but it doesn't work all the time. Like you can see Nobel Prize scientists who believe in a God. So it's not always about education.
Yeah, exactly. There are a lot of people, who say, Albert, he was also, believing in God. Yeah,
That's a little bit controversial, but anyway,
controversial,
yeah.
exactly. But I don't believe, maybe, he said that because of the masses, right?
Mm, but it might be true. It might be true, but still, it proves my point. So it's not about education. If that's the case, and we
Yeah, it's
don't
not
need
about
him
education.
as the example. We know there are many scientists
It's
who are believers.
sometimes, no, not exactly. But sometimes, we need to, educate ourselves to think about, so rationally, so critically, right? Uneducated person like, who doesn't know, who always, follow the society rules,
Okay, man.
right?
But sometimes it boils down to benefit. Okay, some
Hmm.
people believe in concepts, follow some concepts, or entertain those concepts for their own benefits. That's why they keep or they have the belief. So, and I cannot criticize that. So it's like enjoying a hobby, getting pleasure from it. So it can be something like meaningless, right? But still, people do a lot of things. Like the examples that we have given in the previous room, music or movies, right? So people get joy. Like people watch unbelievable things, but they enjoy, including me. So when we watch those movies, right, we don't think they're real, right? But still we enjoy, we get the benefit.
Because our
So
brain, we people, we want some unrealistic thing, right? Yeah.
yeah, and some people just make one step, further. They even believe. So maybe it increases, the joy that they're getting out of it, the things that they do feel. So they use it as a tool to get benefit, mostly
Hmm.
psychological.
Okay. But in a lot of cases, it seems like that, maybe in your case, in my case too, okay. So if you don't believe in God, okay, if you say openly, so blatantly this thing right in front of the public, maybe it would be quite offensive, if you're living in that kind of country, right? So maybe they will kill you, right? Quite, so dangerous for you in some countries. So that's why, I realize there are a lot of people, they don't believe in right in this kind of shit, right? But they should have to, accept, this kind of thing because of the government, right? Because of the society pressure, because of their family too, right? And I knew a lot of people. I know a lot of buddies, right? They
Okay.
know there's nothing right, but they are still, believing, not believing, right? They are following just because of their family. Yeah.
Okay.
So what do you call them, right? They are making them, fool. They are making themselves fool.
So sorry, coming out. What's making them fool?
Like, they know there is no God, okay? They are atheists, right? But just because of their family, right? Their
Uh huh.
religion, because of the masses, right? In their
Uh huh.
countries, right? Just like so offensive if they would, disrespect or say
Okay.
openly, hey, there is no God. So that's why, they don't come directly, right?
And sure, they think
Yeah,
about their own lives, right? If it will be in danger, so then they don't share that.
yeah.
And you call that the stupid?
Stupid to what? stupid
that
shit.
was your question.
The person, right? My question was, the person who doesn't believe in God, right? Because for them it's a stupid shit. Yeah.
For that instant. Okay. It doesn't work like
There's
that
a lot of
always, but
people,
anyway.
but nobody wanna say something. I don't know why.
Yeah.
Come on, buddy.
Yeah.
I wanna listen, right? I wanna know the other people's opinions.
Okay, don't worry. I want it more than you want. But yeah, we cannot force people that much. We can call,
Okay.
but yeah, what can we do, man? Just we'll wait for the people who wants to talk about God's existence.
Okay, tell me, what's your YouTube channel name? Oh, it's Philosopher.
Yeah,
Philosopher.
yeah, philosopher.
Philosopher too. So you have two channels, right, on YouTube?
Yeah, like the
Okay.
second one is not that much active, but I will start. I will start
Okay.
going
Let me check
live.
out. How many people are live, right? Let me check.
Like there are
2,000.
1 million people live. You're so famous right now, man. You said 3,000, Paul?
Let me,
Last
2K,
time I
right?
checked, it
2K,
was.
right? Yeah.
Less than what?
Oh no, I'm saying last time I checked, it was 3,000.
Oh, okay. What a dream. Nice one. It's way more than the best ones on YouTube.
Top atheist channel on YouTube.
Yeah, it would be the top if that was the case. Okay. Listeners. Native listeners. Okay. Mhm. Okay. So, okay, if this will be the case, I'm gonna recreate. Let's check it out.
Okay.
Jumping. Creating jumping. Yep. I'm here. So, okay. New room, new chance. New room, new chance. We have AJ. 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 Okay, guys.
Hi, how are you?
Hey, AJ. I'm okay. How about you?
I'm good, sir. What about you?
Yeah, I'm okay.
Okay. So I just saw your topic
Very good.
and I really impressed with it.
Okay, good. So,
Yeah,
so you believe in a God, AJ?
yeah.
My name is. What's your name?
So, which God you believe in? Okay, AJ. There's a. Anyway, there's some noise coming from your side.
Hello,
Hello.
how are you?
I'm okay. How about you?
What's your name?
Okay. You cannot even manage the greeting part.
Yes, sir. So you're looking for more people to join this group, or you wanna get started with it?
I'm okay with starting with you.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. But can you use Magic Mic here in this website, and can you come closer to your mic at the same time? Do you know what is a Magic Mic here?
Not right now, sir, but I'm really interested to get into it.
Okay, like if you're interested in, we should, you know, solve some problems. Your voice is a little bit low for me, okay? And there's some noise coming from your mic. That's why I said, can you please use Magic Mic?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you so
How
much.
can I use it?
Yeah. Do you see the applications button here next to settings on your
Okay.
screen?
Okay.
So in application settings, if you look, you'll find Magic Mic.
Magic camera is there.
And there is Magic Mic also.
Let me just check this out. Yes, yes, there's magic mic as
Okay, it
well.
says turn on crisp.
Great.
Yeah, you see. Oh, he disconnected. Maybe that's why it's great.
Hello, everybody.
Hello.
That was all. Okay. Hey, people. We have specific topic here in the room. God's existence. So if you want to talk about this topic, we have some questions.
Hello to everyone.
Hello to only one. And more than that, this is live on YouTube. You should know that before you start.
Hello everyone.
Okay. I can talk about myself. I'm okay. How about you? If you think that this is a room that you can engage with all people, you're
Hello,
wrong.
Miss Philosopher. How are you?
I already answered that question, but you're not maybe hearing it.
Hello, everyone. Can we just shall go with the topic?
Sorry, you're breaking.
Hello, am I audible?
Yes, you are. Do you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Probably you guys don't hear each other.
Sorry, could you please come up again?
Who's speaking? I don't understand. Like, it's Kitty.
Sorry, could
Hey,
you please come again?
Kitty Fame. Your connection.
Not
Oh my God, Kitty, your connection is not good. Your connection is not good, and this guy doesn't hear me probably.
Hello, everybody. Can you hear me, please?
Yes, you are the one who sounds the best so far.
Okay, perfect. So, Kitty Fame is breaking up. I heard.
Yeah, it was too much.
Yeah. So, I'm sorry. I don't want to like interrupt your topic or your discuss.
You're
So,
not
where are you
interrupting
now?
anything. You're not interrupting anything. We can start.
Atheists and believers, live on YouTube.
Yeah.
Do you believe in God? Which? Why? Who created God? You can follow my YouTube channels, Philosopher 2, Shop 2.
Yep. So, okay, they're checking.
And in which group?
Sorry, come again?
I'm sorry, if you hear me, I wanted to ask you, do you believe or are you atheist?
Again.
Which group is yours?
Yeah, but like I couldn't hear your answer because I asked before you.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you. You know,
No,
I
no,
was like,
I didn't say it directly. I typed them, and that's how you could read them. And those were my
okay,
questions,
sorry.
and you didn't answer them.
Sorry. And during that, situation, I tried to open the YouTube channel, so maybe I didn't notice that.
But you read them. But
Okay.
anyway,
I am just half atheist and half believer because, to be honest, in the past I believed, but now during my situation during my life, I'm not sure, because I don't have answers for my questions, and I still looking for something in my life. So in that case, I can say that I'm just in the middle.
okay. But right now, you don't believe in a God, right?
Um, I can't say that I don't believe there is something or somebody who create us, because I don't believe that.
Oh, you believe in that?
Mm,
Okay, so that makes you a
but
believer.
but maybe it was like some kind of aliens or alien in a universe. I don't know. I will call him God or her or it.
Okay.
It's also grammar question. Who is it? She,
Okay.
he, or it?
But you
Maybe
know
it.
that you know that believers in general they think in a way bigger frame. Like they don't only question our existence on this planet, they question the existence of the big things like stars, planets, and even the universe itself. They question the existence of these things.
Rachel Molina asked me. I'm sorry. Rachel Molina asked me interesting question. How is your relationship with your father today? It's a right question. Bad. I have to say, yeah, to be honest, bad. And why you ask that question?
That was very irrelevant, but anyway.
Hi, hello. Can you hear me?
Yeah,
Yes.
I can hear you. Perfect.
Yeah. All right. So I asked this question because the way we see Father, like God, has to do with how we relate to our own Father. So that's why I asked you this question. You can take a look, you can see that 98%, there is a study that shows that 98% of people who are atheists, that don't believe in God, they have a hard relationship with their father. So that's the connection. Once you have that figured out, usually you start believing in God because there is a connection. We kind of throw this, like how do you say that? You, I forgot the word. It's like you project, exactly. You project the relationship with your father to God. So usually just and you don't need to believe me, and that's fine.
Rachel,
But you
Rachel, what
have
the- Hey,
let me just
Rachel.
finish here. Just a
Yeah,
moment.
but
Let just
you're
finish.
hijacking my room. That's why I'm not letting you to finish. Because this room is about God's existence and trying to prove God exists or not. So now you're
Let me
talking about
answer.
something else.
Philosopher,
Okay.
let me answer. So
So you don't care about
Rachel.
hijacking someone else's room. Okay.
Yeah,
Cool.
it
Oh, you
makes
said
sense.
yes.
It makes sense. What did you say? But to be honest, in my opinion, there is like some misunderstanding because my relationship with my father was always bad. He didn't like me from my kids' time, childhood time, and in that time I was strong, like believer, and the situation changed during the period COVID-19 because I had terrible COVID-19. I almost died. And during
Sorry
the
to hear that.
10 days when I was really, I coughed blood. No, it was a really terrible time for me. And I had a lot of questions in my head to God. And I didn't like hear or see or understand any answers. So I said, okay, I must work by myself with this problem. And I did it. I didn't die because they like medicines or doctors told me that you can die. But I was fighting hard only by myself. I I didn't believe any gods, any another power. Only just I believed in my power. And I said to me that you must be strong. Fight because nobody will fight for
Yeah.
you. And from that period, I said I'm in the middle, not just like a believer or atheist, just in the middle.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
But
got
that, but
that.
that whole
Okay.
data, like where did you get that data? What did you say? Like 85% of atheists have like problems with their father.
50, 50.
Yeah.
Was it
I
was
can
it
search here
50%?
and bring it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can know it's more than 90. No, more than
More
90
than
for sure.
90, really. I must
Yeah,
be an
more than
anomaly
90.
though, because I have a great relationship with my father. My father is one of the like most perfect human beings I've ever met in my entire life. So it just seems
Yeah,
like
you
kind
are
of
part of the
weird.
10% then.
Yeah,
That's why
yeah.
it's not
It
100,
seems like
right?
most atheists. It's funny. It seems like most atheists I know as well.
But Paul,
They must be
Paul,
that 10%.
Paul, even if the number is true, that doesn't mean a God exists. Like, well, why the hell
I
you're
get
talking
that.
about this? I don't understand. Even if the number is correct, that doesn't mean a God exists.
You know, philosopher, give me number. I call him or her or it, and then I can ask a lot of questions about
You don't need
life,
a
about.
number, okay? So there's a room that I created previously. It's still on. You can go
I
there. You
I
can
was
talk.
joking. Yeah, I was joking.
I'm not joking because if you guys keep speaking about irrelevant things, I
I
either
know,
I'm gonna
but I
ask you
try
to
to be
leave.
fun, you know.
That was not fun. I just told you that you guys are doing something that I don't want in this room, but you didn't care. So that means it was not fun to me. But anyway, so we can go from that point. No worries. So like accepting those numbers, 95% of the atheist people have problems with their fathers. Then what? That doesn't mean a God exists, even if those numbers are correct. Oh, she wants to go. Okay, cool.
Yeah,
She was the one who made the claim. But anyway, hey,
but it
Tiene,
was like
welcome.
first, it was first person joined to us. You know, nobody want to talk. Everybody like have own opinion,
She
just in
wasn't
in the brain.
the first. Yeah, you can't, or you shouldn't speak randomly like that. Okay. Anyway, if no believers in the room, we will move on. Okay.
And I've got a question for you, philosopher.
Yeah, sure.
Did you think? Did you think about the God, about the not just only exist, about the feeling or something like strange in your life could say you that I'm here or something like I'm here.
I'm here. Even if I experience something like that, I wouldn't be a believer and say, "Oh, there must be a God." Feelings are not good tools to, navigate in reality. Why? Because we know that many times we had feelings, but we were wrong. We know that. So that tells us it's not a good tool.
But feelings follow your thoughts always.
And we know that the many times you're wrong.
I know.
Okay, then why should I use such a tool? It's a very bad tool. Like imagine you have a watch on your wrist. Sometimes it shows the right time. Sometimes it doesn't, and you know that. Would you use that? You
No,
wouldn't.
but if you like know how to don't follow your feelings, so your ideas, your thoughts, that's a perfect. You are a free person. I always try to do this. But if you are, for example, nervous before exams or something important in your life, you are always nervous. I'm always nervous because my ideas like mix in my brain a different question like will be perfect, or is there any problems, or is there any problem, or are there any something like different things. So always you follow your thoughts by your feelings, you know. I
And
can't break
yeah,
it.
and then we fact check, okay, our feelings through our thoughts, whether there's a match or not. And when there's no match, then we say, okay, yeah, we were wrong about those feelings. Okay.
Yeah, but if you meet that situation a couple of times in your life,
Couple
there
of
is
times.
something like yeah, it's a part of your unconsciousness, sorry, and you can't like give your consciousness a result that yeah, that's not good. Like you follow always that feeling and that thoughts because there is something under your brain or inside your brain.
Yeah, but since we are reasonable people, okay, who understands that feelings are not always showing the truth, that's
Yeah,
fine.
you're
Like
right.
we should
You're right.
we should question those feelings, and many people do that. Some people don't that much. Some people are really bad at questioning those things, but some people are really good at questioning those things.
This is a really important thing if we're talking about God and philosophy,
Mm-hmm.
even though psychology is near, Sigmund Freud. And we've got from that period, we've got new way in our science, psychology. Until now, we've got CBT, like cognitive behavioral therapy. You work with your thoughts because your thoughts bring you some kind of feelings and you want to change that feelings. And it's not easy, believe me, not easy.
Hey, Naktu, welcome. Yep. I have a question for you, and who's that? Who is you
Nana.
here in this question? And the question is for the other guy or for me? Why can believers consider both the ideas of God's existence and non-existence objectively when I never heard an atheist seriously consider the idea of God's existence? You think we are not seriously considering it? That's your claim, Nana? I talk about God every day, Nano. If you're asking to me. And I think you're asking to me because I'm the atheist.
Yeah, open your mic. Why don't we discuss it?
Okay, Aba Knox. If you believe, I don't know your beliefs, but if you believe that God is all loving, don't you think that there is a problem there? When the
Yeah.
bad things happen, doesn't matter like who's doing that. Don't you think the God is not responsible for all those things because God created those things, right? Or humans or free will or whatever.
But about that love,
Yeah,
this
but
is main question, main question. If he loves, or like us, even though like why we are suffering all our lives. Not
Look, look,
all.
look, look at that analogy. Like the dad who wants to protect you from the fire. Yeah, but we don't see the same father wants to burn you in the fire. That's a little bit weird. Like the one who wants to protect us from the fire should protect us from the fire, okay? Not
If you look,
put us in the fire.
if you look at that problem like father, you can't believe what's going on with God's children, with God's kids. How's it possible? You always are ready to protect your kids if you are
Yeah.
normal. Like,
Yeah, if you're normal. But if you want to burn them in hellfire, what does it make you? An abnormal father?
no, you can't like call that person it's your father. No, it's something like
A crazy father.
crazy or stranger.
That's strange. Like that they don't understand it. Like someone loves us, someone wants to protect us, but he's the one who creates a place with full of, poisonous snakes, spiders, scorpions, and all those things. Sure, like puts some good things also in it, but also puts all those things and then says, "Hey, son, don't worry, I love you." But you know what? Even if you survive this place, or after this place, you may be in a worse place. Like I prepared another place for you. One of them is good. One of them is way worse than this one. So
Yeah, I understand you. And I want to say that, if you're talking about the dangerous things in your life, maybe, I was thinking about that. Maybe we don't understand, even though don't understand the life. Maybe we still do something wrong, and we have
that
to find a way out.
that's
Maybe I
relative.
don't know.
That's
Yeah, that's
relative.
relative.
Yeah.
But it's like also one of those questions in my head. What I was doing wrong? Where's my mistakes? Our mistake, and I couldn't find it. I couldn't find the answer. So still looking for. We still don't understand a lot of things in our lives. Maybe I don't know. Therefore, I said I am like between to these both sides, to ideas. But always in this life, people always use ideologies for power. For earning money, for wars. It doesn't matter if you're atheist or doesn't matter which religion you believe. Always people are used for wars, for that situations. So you must be like out of this any ideas. Doesn't matter. Clean person. In that case, people in who's got power or in this life, in this world, in this on this earth, will not like manipulate with you, because you will be like couple of free. No, just a little free. I hope you understand me. I'm sorry, I'm not good in English. I never study.
It's
I'm
okay.
just learning.
Your English is good, man. Don't worry.
Thanks. I never study. I just joined to Free for Talk almost a year ago, and I stay here. Just I don't learn any grammar rules, any things.
Are you serious? Like you learn like your speak like you didn't learn anything else before like coming to Free for Talk, that this is how you've learned English in 1 year?
Yeah,
Oh my
I didn't learn. I didn't study English language.
But were you able to speak before you joined here?
No,
You didn't know
I
anything about
just
English?
I just can say like couple of words like hello, how are you? I'm fine, and that's like easy sentences.
Wow,
Nothing
man,
more.
you are super.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that deserves.
But still, I've got a lot of problems with people who speak so fast. and I don't understand, for example, different accents when I watch American movies or some kind of British movies, for example, from Birmingham and that cities. I'm not able to understand even though half of like speech of those people.
It's all about practice, man. And if
Yeah, I
you
know.
did this in 1 year, I'm sure you can reach a level that you understand easily very soon.
But I try to some kind of exams here on internet. No, here on internet for how level I'm, and I
Okay.
did B2. Do you believe it? B2.
Okay.
I passed B2.
Not bad.
But
So
I think, yeah.
I was planning to change the room,
Okay.
but you can finish your
No problem.
sentence.
No problem. Thank you for your time.
Okay, then. If you don't want to finish that sentence, we will just be in another room for your information. But thanks for joining.
Okay.
Yeah. We need
Nice time to everybody here.
more believers in the room. Yeah, have a good time, you also. Thanks. I'm jumping to the room. To the room. Jump, 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 jump. Okay. That's cool. Just 1 year. He's speaking good. La, 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 la. La, 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 la. La, 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 la. Oof. KS. KS. Oh. Allow me or go to hell. Not force at all. Okay.
I don't know. My dad's never said to me like, if you choose not to love me, I'm gonna burn you for the rest of your life.
Maybe he's not enough, all loving. Maybe like people reach the level when they love 100%, then they want to burn you. Interesting. That's why it's so stupid to compare it with the fathers, right?
Yeah, it's very silly. Others aren't all knowing, they're not all powerful, and they typically just don't go, well, if you don't love me or if you don't choose to love me, I'm just gonna burn you.
Yeah.
They don't go, it's just a choice. You're the one making the choice. You either
Yeah,
love me
yeah,
or burn.
yeah, yeah. Okay. We have some new people, but probably they just want to type. Oh, George Carlin. Yeah. Uh, but he loves you. That's a good one, Mirdini. Thanks for reminding. Okay. Gabriel. Gabriel is bringing some verses.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello. How are you?
Fine. How about you?
I'm doing well. Mhm.
Doesn't sound you're doing well, but anyway. Anyway. HS. Mr. We didn't decide to, you know, bring his son. If he knows everything, why he's sending? If he knew that we're gonna kill him, why in the first place he sent his son? That's also cruel. If you know that some people will kill your son, would you send your son to them? That also doesn't make any sense. Abe.
Well, I guess in this case, he wanted him to be killed. He essentially needed him to be killed.
My God, that's even worse. I mean, like, doesn't matter where you try to hold. It's just so weird and bad. So he sent him intentionally to be killed. Wow.
And that was the only way that humans could get to heaven if he had his son killed. You know what would have happened if everybody was like, no, we're not going to kill him, we're not going to kill him, and he never died, and he would have that perfect sacrifice.
So just because he dies, no one is going to hell right now? Is it the case?
Well, only the people who accept him accept his free gift of salvation. Those are the only ones that won't go to hell.
But you don't need to die for it. Like someone can accept another person, right? Even if he's not dying. So you
Well,
don't
no,
need to
it's
die.
just a silly thing. They just had, just Jesus should have had a pizza party.
Okay. Mhm. Abe, you should know that this place is not for preaching, okay? If you keep preaching, you may get a ban. You should know that, okay? First, you have to prove a God exists, then you can claim those other things. Then, sure, you have to prove those things also. But you're just preaching, man. That's not cool. Do you think that we're so stupid that we're gonna accept what you say without you presenting any good evidence? People. People. Okay. Uh, First of all, I don't like preaching, okay? And that means automatically I don't like what you're doing. Yeah. Okay. that means you're also stupid, even if you're stupid, because you're trying to make other people to accept what you're saying, and you think that they're stupid. Anyway, let's get rid of features. I'll try again. Okay. Hello? Yep. Hello, man. You were audible.
Hello. Hello, can you hear me?
You're still audible.
Yeah. So, like, I'm not very familiar with God. So, how do you define God? Is that like the one who create everything, the universe, or everything we do, or how do you define
You
God?
know,
Because I
what you said is a God for many people.
create the universe.
Yeah, that many people believe that God is the creator of the universe. Yeah.
Oh, so God is the one like who control everything.
But that's also included in the belief
Mm.
system of people. Yeah.
Mm. So,
So?
it's so weird for me. Like, I've never thought something like that. I haven't believed something like that before.
Oh, you don't
But
believe in any God? Okay.
but I believe, like, I define myself God. Like, I believe in God, but not a way that someone who create everything and who control everything.
Okay, then what's God for you?
Like maybe like can call it alien, something higher form or being or something like that, you know.
Okay.
So I believe that there's gonna be like some being who have like some power or maybe like some have higher intelligence or something like that. Like, so I believe in that kind of things.
Why do you believe in such a thing?
Yeah, because the universe is so large. So I believe in like some higher form of being, but not like one who create the universe, who control everything that
We got
we're
that part,
doing.
man. Like you don't have to repeat, okay? I understood that. But why do you believe that there is such a higher being? Just because universe is big? That's fine?
Sorry?
So why do you believe that there is such a higher being?
Yeah. Because I can say why I believe that uh I believe the higher species.
You cannot say why you believe in a higher being.
Maybe like sometimes it happens like ordinary like miracle things like in life. Maybe you can also like happen in your life, like something like impossible to happen for you.
For example, what did happen to you and why do you think that it was impossible to happen to you?
I think someone maybe like it is for example, many people let's say like someone who got a very stressed and can't find a way to figure out, like trying so many things and get depressed a lot, and he was like thinking like it's not impossible. He's getting
Okay, so when someone thinks something is impossible, that means it's impossible?
yeah, somewhat impossible, but at one point, like, somehow it solved the problems, and then they're gonna think like, someone help me, or something like that.
You're not understand the question here. If someone thinks something is impossible, that means it's impossible?
Or no, it's not. It just their thoughts.
So then why you trust in their thoughts only?
Yes.
So if I say it's impossible to travel, like, well, let's say in 10 seconds from New York to China, that means it's impossible? And you will just say, oh, yeah, that's true. Why? Because someone else said?
Yeah, it is like very unlikely. Maybe like I should say very unlikely.
Okay, yeah. Like there are things that we can understand, we can measure, right? We can
Yeah.
check the technology that we have. Then we can say, yeah, right now this is impossible for us to do.
Yeah,
But
of course.
there are many things. Like just because someone says this is possible or impossible, that doesn't mean it is possible or impossible. We should check it first. We should understand. We should learn it. Then we can decide whether it's possible or impossible. Right?
Yeah.
So some people have a lot of experience, right? And you listen to them. They say, you know what? I was in that situation and it was impossible for me to blah 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 blah.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean it was impossible, right? That doesn't
Yes,
mean
it doesn't mean like it is like totally impossible. It just
yeah,
there
yeah.
is all
So
chance
that's
to
why
happen.
sometimes listening to those people might lead you different, I mean, wrong conclusions. Maybe they don't know
Yeah.
what they're talking about, and you think that what they say is true, and then you say, wait a second, if something impossible happens, then there must be a higher being.
True.
But if it was possible, that means what? No higher beings?
No, I say we.
No, it doesn't mean
Yeah.
that also. So
Yeah.
whatever is going on, yeah, it's either possible or impossible. First, we have to learn it's possible or not. But if it was
It is
impossible, yeah,
possible.
still it doesn't mean it's because of a higher being. Maybe there are higher beings, but that doesn't mean whatever happened because of the higher being. That doesn't mean that also.
Yeah.
So we have a lot of caveats there. Like, and especially when people make big claims about their own experience, just because they're really under the influence of those experiences, that's why they might sound believable, but that doesn't mean what they say is true.
So like, what do you think about like why are we here? Like, I mean, why are we here on Earth, born? Like, you think like it's for a reason, or it's just like
I don't know.
meaningless?
I don't know. Like, I'm okay with both, options. Maybe yeah, that's meaningless. I'm okay with that. Or maybe we are here for a reason, but I don't know whether we are for a reason here or not. I don't know that.
Yeah, me too. I always want to know the
Yeah.
answer.
Oh, I'm not very, eager to learn that because that doesn't
Yeah.
mean we are for a reason here. So it's like searching something that you don't know whether it's true or not.
Hmm.
Still, you can search if you like it, if you enjoy it, the way that I enjoy about God.
Hmm.
So anyway,
So like in the moment.
yeah, I enjoy the moment.
Yeah, that's all we
That,
can do. Like,
that's
don't
our
figure out.
motto. Enjoy the moment. Okay, Michael is on the way, Paul. But probably his connection.
What's that?
Michael wanted the link, but he didn't appear.
Oh, I hope he does. I talked to him yesterday for a couple hours actually.
Oh, okay, cool. Cool. James, welcome back.
Well, thank you very much.
Yeah. So
I don't think I missed my opportunity to talk to Michael. Maybe I'll get another one of these days.
I think you're very close to that opportunity, and now you're
Here he is.
there.
Hooray!
Maybe there is a God.
Maybe.
Hey, gentlemen, how y'all doing?
You know what I love most about God?
What's that?
He and I are both atheists.
Okay.
But I'm
I love the start already. This is
Yeah.
awesome.
How are you today?
Good, man. How are y'all?
Awesome.
I don't know if I'm ready to jump in quite yet. I think my name was mentioned and y'all said I was on the way, so I thought I'd just hop on and just say I'm just listening in right now, hearing the other arguments. I'll step in whenever I think I feel ready to.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, absolutely. But I'm listening.
Okay.
And good morning.
Good morning. KS, Marina, and Sanjay Pranav. Okay. Okay, any believers in the room, guys? We want to talk about, or we want to discuss about the existence of God. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, maybe this Devin Muhammad guy could join us.
Devin Muhammad.
Yeah, they've got a lot to say over in chat.
Okay, here's the link, guys. The one who asked the question is speaking here on Free for Talk. Who created the God? So, Harry, welcome. Okay, he don't join things like this. No problem. I'll listen for now, owner. Okay. It's okay.
I thought he was. I thought the other day he was speaking.
Mm.
Maybe somebody else.
Okay. Atheism is the view that the concept of God is so poorly defined or incoherent that the question of God's existence is inherently meaningless and cannot be meaningfully discussed or debated. I'm kind of disagree with that concept. Okay. I don't believe it's poorly defined. Yeah, there are many religions that have kind of their own interpretation, but I can't say it's poorly defined.
Well, I can see both sides of that. Those various religions do define it, and then it becomes well defined. But if you just use the word God in a sentence, just hey, do you believe in a God? You know, if I say yes or if I say no, you've not really learned anything, right? Because
Sure, that's why I ask which God you believe in.
right, exactly. Well, that's Nektu's point that in order for it to be a meaningful discussion, somebody in the room has to define what God they mean first.
Yeah, and luckily believers do that. Even I
Right.
don't need them to define. When they say I'm Christian, just no need to define their God. Like we understand what they're talking about, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's the context. So, but anyway, I mean, There can be something that I don't grasp there. Atheism. We have Jahid. We had JJ, and he said, no, it's jihad. And this is Jahid. I think it's different. Yeah. Oops. We've lost him. But anyway. Still waiting for people who believe in a God. Okay. Hmm.
So for me, I always, I just say there's nothing I call a god, right? That's all it is for me. There's nothing that I think of as a god or treat like a god. That's it. If somebody, like I said before, if somebody worships the sun in the sky, well, their god definitely exists because the sun exists, right? It's just not a god to me. And so that's what I mean when I say that I'm not a theist. There's just nothing I call a god.
Okay. But I think we couldn't discuss on that much deeply, James. Who makes the definition of God then? Who is the authority?
There is no authority. There's just random people having ideas about what they want to call a god.
Okay.
They define it. They decide what to call it.
Okay. So when people decided to call a device phone, so it's just a decision. They name it. And if you say, no, that's not what I think phone is, should we go there with you? Or is it better to call what they call?
I mean, we can. So, from my perspective, as I look at the different ways people use the word God in the affirmative, it's not really a type of entity, right? If we say leprechaun, we mean a short, male, um, magical person with an Irish accent, right? A leprechaun has certain ideas, and they have some kind of relationship to rainbows, pots, and gold, right? And Lucky Charms, right? So we have these different ideas that define leprechaun. So a leprechaun is a type of entity. A fairy or a troll is a type of creature. Whether it's an imaginary, but it's still a fairly well defined idea. But God isn't a type of creature or a type of being. It is simply a word people use to express reverent awe. They're awestruck by a concept. Whether their concept is real or in their head is a different issue. They're awestruck by a concept, and they're humbled at the feet, metaphorically speaking, of the concept. So if somebody wants to call nature God, what they're saying is two things. Nature exists, and we can grant this, right? But they're also saying that the existence of nature itself is awe-inspiring to them. It's beautiful, it's majestic, it's grand, it's epic, like looking up at a mountain or looking up at a storm. It makes you feel small, and it makes you feel just a sense of awe at the feet of that which is bigger than you, right? And so they just had this reverent regard for it. That's what they mean by
Okay.
God, really.
Yeah, but I think still there's a problem. So let's go with the nature example that you have given. So don't you think that you can find like multiple examples? Like someone look at the same nature that I'm looking at, they
Yeah.
can feel the awe that you're mentioning. But when I look at, I don't feel in that way. But we both call it nature.
Right.
So what you feel about what you call, what you name about something, doesn't change what you call it.
Oh, I agree with you 100%. So, as I see it, God is just an emotional outburst. The word itself is just an emotional outburst. It is a poetic language being used to express an emotional state. And I don't use that poetic language to express an emotional state for two reasons. One, I'm just not that emotional.
Sorry, James, can I interrupt you? Because when I like mentioned about the nature, as I said, not all people have those, emotions.
Right.
Some people without having the emotions, they say, hey, like I call it nature also. What you feel is different. I don't have those feelings. And you just focus on those emotion parts. So you know that there are believers who believe in a God and they don't have those emotions, but it's still God for them.
Right, for the theists who aren't awestruck, who don't feel that emotional about it, what they're doing instead, and I don't know how many there are. I don't know what the percentage is. But what they're doing instead is simply appealing to a cultural paradigm or a cultural linguistic paradigm, a language paradigm. They're simply signaling as part of an in group, to use the word God. For them, that's all it is. It's just a way of saying I'm part of an in group with people that have a particular narrative about existence, and maybe the people that founded this movement were expressing their emotions, and maybe some of the people that are the most on fire about this movement are also sharing in that emotion. But there are some people in that religion that just aren't that emotional about it. They just use the word God as a signaler, an identifier, a social marker to say I belong to the in group of people that use that language and honor that narrative, even though they might not feel it in themselves. And so I would say that these people are not truly theists, that they identify theistically only because it's a social marker, and that they're not truly theist in their heart.
Sounds like a no true Scotsman fallacy. Like, again, who's gonna decide who's the true believer? So, like, if someone doesn't have those emotions and the O situation, and how you can label them as false believers?
Well, I mean, Christians would say the same thing about each other. They would say, "Hey, look, there are some amongst us who don't really feel it, right?
Mhm.
And they just kind of go through the motions. They say the words that they're supposed to say. They identify the way they're supposed to identify, but it's a social group indicator for them. They don't really feel it." And so Christians would say that those aren't real Christians. Christians would say that about their own people. These are not real Christians. We just don't know who the real ones are and who the real ones aren't, because we can't read hearts. We can't. Heart is just a way of saying someone's emotions, right? We can't read other people's emotions. We don't know who really means it and who doesn't.
Like, someone doesn't have the emotions can also tell that, hey, no, they are not the real Christians. We are the real Christians because we think the God's existence in a different way. It's not about only emotions. It's about, knowing that there is something there, and it's the cause of this universe, and He created us. So we know that, and they don't kind of touch on those points that they have emotions. We see that, but we think that they're not real Christians. So, like, any side can blame other part for not being the true believer, but
So
it's not a solution.
I've seen it happen one way, but I haven't seen it happen the other. I've seen people say that if you don't feel it, then you're not really a believer. But I've never seen it. There are Christian identifying people who use logic, at least their perception of logic, and they think that emotion has nothing to do with it. And maybe for them it doesn't, right? But amongst the Christian identifying people who think that it's a logical matter and that you can completely remove emotion from the equation, I've never heard them point at the emotional Christians and say, "You guys aren't true theists." The logic-based Christians, or at least their perception of logic, always include the emotional-based ones as part of their collective. But the emotion-based Christians don't really include the non-emotional ones as part of their collective. This is why they say it's a heart issue. They're talking about emotion. So, but your point is still valid. I still recognize that there are some people that define God as a logical conclusion about the necessity of a creator entity or a prime mover or an intelligent designer, and that those people aren't basing their perceptions on emotion. They're not basing their definition of the word God on emotion. But I think that this is a more modern invention for the idea of God, or a way to define God. That doesn't make it less valid that it's more modern, right? I don't care about how ancient or how modern a concept is, so I'll grant this to you as well. But then the problem is that they're not recognizing the etymology of the word that they're using. They're creating a new meaning for the word. I'm fine with that. But they're ignoring the fact that and this is really the point for me, if somebody were to convince me through logic alone that there must be a prime mover, there must be an intelligent designer. They convince me of this hypothetically. In their mind, they've just convinced me that a God exists because they're defining God that way. However, I would still not identify as a theist, even if I believed in a prime mover, intelligent designer, and all this other stuff.
Why
The
so?
reason, right, exactly. This is the point that matters. The reason I would not identify as a theist in this context or in this discussion, in this hypothetical, is because I wouldn't feel reverent regard for it. I wouldn't feel bootlicky about it, right? I wouldn't feel beholden to it. It wouldn't, it wouldn't put my existence into a context relative to it. It would be irrelevant for me personally to my narrative of identity, how significant I am, what my life is about. It wouldn't make me feel small. It wouldn't seem relevant to me in my existence. It would be incidental to my existence, a factual necessity. But
What you say is still relative to what those Christians say about God, or what does it mean true belief? So you take that as a reference, and you just compare yourself, your situation, like with those people. You're ignoring like the modern ones that you mentioned, and you said I'm not ignoring them also, but you choose to use their understanding of a God.
Well, here's the thing. Like, if somebody comes to you and says, I worship the sun in the sky, it's a God to me, and you say, but it's not a God to me, even though I acknowledge it exists, they can say that the sun worshiper can say, look, you might not worship the sun. You might not call it your God, but you're technically a theist because you acknowledge the existence of the sun, even though you don't worship it, you don't call it a God, you're still a theist because you acknowledge the sun's existence, and we're calling it God, right? You would in this context of that discussion immediately recognize that they're trying to impose a narrative framing upon your worldview that you do not embrace for yourself, right? They can think it. They
Now
can say, look,
you're strawmanning right now, James.
who am I strawmanning?
Me.
Oh, okay, go ahead.
So I would say, okay, yeah, you're a theist for me, but that's all. And like, I'm not interested in such kind of gods. That's all. Well, it's about my interests. Talking about the sun is not very interesting for me. So,
Right,
yeah, if
but
you're
it's
saying God, yeah, it's a God for you because you're using the, you know, people have many religions and they have different definitions, and you guys are using this opportunity and you call God to anything you want. That's okay. It's a God to you. You're a God believer. Just not interesting to me. That's all.
right. Well, we're just talking about the meaning of the word, right? So
Mm.
I don't worship the sun. I don't have that relationship paradigm to the sun. If a sun worshiper wants to say that I count as a capital T theist, just merely by the fact that I recognize the sun exists,
Mhm.
and that it gives life and that it sometimes causes death and all the different reasons that they care about. Well, they can call me a theist, but I'm not going to have that as part of my linguistic paradigm because I see absolutely no reason to adopt that meaning of the word God in my paradigm that includes the sun, and therefore I'm a theist. I just don't see a reason to do that. I don't do that.
Yeah, but
And it's just go ahead.
that's why, like, I was questioning where the meaning of the word comes from exactly, and why we should only buy from that source. And so far, I understand that you understand the word God the way that people put emotions in it, like Christian example that you've given, and you even said like if no those emotions, then it's not like a God belief. It's not a true God belief.
Right, but they can define it any way they want to, right? If they look at an automobile and call it a banana, and I ask, how are you calling that a banana? They say, well, that's what the word means to me. It's a banana is anything that has four wheels and an engine and moves down the street. I recognize that they're just using it's pretty arbitrary, right? Just to call that a banana. But if it became popular to call those things bananas, well, then now where Merriam-Webster would have to include that entry in the dictionary, right? Because dictionaries are descriptive; they're not prescriptive. They simply report on how people are using a word. But if it became common to redefine what God means in our culture to where technically we all believe in a God because we all believe that the sun exists in the sky, I still wouldn't use the word because I find it useless. But I find it worse than useless.
This is
I think,
Christian God versus the sun God. I understand that, but
yes,
what about this? Let's go with the car example again. So I'm the car owner, and I don't care that much about my car. Like I don't like it like as an object that much, or I don't put a lot of emotions or meaning into it. But
sure.
another guy, he loves the car. He cleans it every day. He cares about it a lot. He's just driving very careful not to harm it, putting a lot of emotions in it. Okay, and you're saying like we were just naming the same. It's to me a car. To other person, it's also a car.
Hmm.
But you're saying to me that you're not.
Your sense of identity in the world. And so they'll say that you're now worshiping your car, even though you don't think of it as worship, and it's now a god to you, even though you don't think of it as a god. It is. Now, I'm not saying that. Most Christians, I think, are saying that because what they're recognizing is that for them, the word God doesn't just mean prime mover and intelligent designer. Being a prime mover and intelligent designer is simply what qualifies the conceptualized entity as worthy of or inspiring their reverent regard and making it a priority focus in their life and core to their identity in life. It's these are the defining details that make them feel so moved, that make them want to prioritize it. And it's that prioritization that it really makes it the God. This is just how they're using the word. I'm not taking sides about whether or not they should use that word or not, that way or not. But I don't use the word God for a variety of reasons, including the fact that I find it counterproductive, right? Because it confounds rather than clarifies. That any word that we use in a sentence, in a conversation, in a communication, the function of that word primarily must be to clarify ideas. You have an idea in your head. You want to communicate that idea to others, and so you carefully choose your words to clarify your meaning in every step of the way. But the word God doesn't do that. It doesn't clarify, it confounds, it confuses, it muddies, it blurs, because there are so many different ideas about what the word God means in our world that the moment you use it, you've introduced this word that's blurring. And in order to clarify what you mean, you now have to define it with carefully chosen words. But if you're going to take the time to carefully define God with carefully chosen words, then you might as well not use the word at all, because you're still going to have to do the work of clarifying what you mean. The word becomes superfluous at best. An extra word that's so blurry, you've got to work around it in order to have a real conversation. And so, for that reason, I think it's a ridiculous word, and I think everybody should stop using it.
Okay, so you're saying that the word has been used by many like religions for similar concepts, and sometimes it's even a different concept. That's why I don't want to use the word.
Right. Me too.
No, it doesn't say that. It's your it's your
Oh,
case.
okay. Here, I thought we
It's
were agreeing
okay.
on the point, but go ahead.
No, we don't agree. We disagree. So like I see the muddiness, okay, in the
Yeah.
water. But when we communicate with believers, it's not hard to understand what do they mean with the word. We can easily interact and understand what do they mean. So that's why like still it's a useful one. So when they say I'm Christian, okay, that
Mhm.
God becomes more clear for me, even no need to debate about what do you mean, what do you mean, what do you mean. When they say I believe in Krishna, I don't go and question, okay, tell me about your God, tell me more about your God, because it's not clear to me. I want to understand more. I don't do that because I understand like what do they mean. Maybe not exactly, but still I understand. Oops.
Right. Sorry.
Anyway, I mean,
So here's my point. Carl Sagan expressed the same point. Now I think Michael Willett over in chat who said exactly. I'm not sure who he's responding to there, but
yeah.
can I? If I play this, can you hear it? If I play this in, it's a
Okay.
short clip from
Okay.
Carl Sagan. It's up to you if you want to hear it or not. But he says the same thing I'm saying.
Okay.
I'm here.
Same
Sorry
thing.
to interrupt. I just want to say I'm here. I'm listening, and I'm saying I agree. Ultimately, I don't want to step in and overtake this conversation. I want to watch what's going on. So, but when it's my time to step in, I'll step in.
No, go ahead. Comment now. That'd be wonderful.
Yeah. Really, I was agreeing exactly with what philosopher was saying in terms of defining God. You can make anything a god, like you were saying. We call those idols, right? You can worship idols, and we have an understanding of what idols are. Even if you think you're worshiping maybe the like money, right? We we can define that. We have an understanding of what that is, even understanding it as an idol, right? So like you can make ultimately like Baal your idol, you can make Satan your idol. But we can describe those things and even describe our own God. And I think like lowercase g in the Bible describes these idols as like lesser gods. Outside that, I think ultimately like I think in that case it's our responsibility to understand what is the truth in all of it, in terms of the gods that exist, or the idols that exist, the principalities in this world that interact and have impact. And that's I think the ultimate religious person's responsibility. But I think we all have an understanding of what we worship and how to define it.
I wanted to just give this example. So, like, to me, it's like a debate when someone says, "Hey, an animal bit me." Okay, we don't know which one, but we have understanding of what might happen or what happened. So the name got to me like that. So yeah, it's not very clear, but when people specify, it becomes more clear. But still, it's to me, it's clear. Okay, it's either from those major religions, and either it's like some entity like planet, star, or maybe the universe itself. So what left? Like not much. Like it's not that much hard to understand what do they mean.
Right. And people are mentioning that we want to avoid the etymology fallacy. And I agree with that, right? So I don't think anybody here is arguing that we are limited to or obligated to use a word based on how somebody used it 1,000 years ago or 10,000 years ago. Nobody here is arguing that, right? We're not saying it meant this to these people, therefore it has to mean that to us or anything like this. The problem is that it means a lot of different things to a lot of different people. And so if we just use the word God in a sentence, if a Christian says it, if a Hindu says it, if a Muslim says it, well, you don't have to ask them for a definition because you know what religion they're in. Therefore, you have a basic idea of what they mean. But you need some kind of context before you know what they mean. A label like Christian or some other discussion, right? If somebody walks up and says, "Hey, I believe in a God," well, you don't even know what they're talking about until they define it for you, and this is the point.
Yeah, I agree with that. But what does that mean?
Well, it means that the word God, because it means so many different things to so many different people, does absolutely nothing to add to the discussion. Anything you want to say about a God, you could say it without using the word entirely, right?
Well,
Because
what would you say then? What would you use instead?
it depends. If somebody says that they believe in the necessity or the existence of a prime mover, an intelligent designer, or a cosmic fatherly figure that with with certain defining characteristics, then just say that. Say I believe in an entity that has these particular characteristics.
Well, you're trying to make us use the definition for what God is rather than the word, right? But I think we can just use the word and debate what God is from that part. I think that's probably the easiest way to go about it, which is why we did it that way.
Well, sure, but what's the word? What does the word do for us in that discussion, right? Because if you just use the word and we don't know what you're talking about, then we can't have a conversation about it. But
Well, it
if
gives
you,
us the principal idea or topic to discuss, right? If we talk about God, then what is God? That's the debate. It
yeah.
starts from there. You're wanting us to work backwards.
What I'm saying, we don't need to do that. Like, say I'm a Christian, then there's no debate what you mean by God. Say
Right.
I am Muslim, no debate for God, or Hindu, whatever.
Right. Right. Even Christ's disciple over in chat agrees. We must define it first. You can define it by identifying your label. If you use a label like Christian, then you are offering the definition because we know what that means. And so then we can go forward, sure. But the word God itself does nothing for the conversation.
I mean, I don't know. Maybe it just depends on who you're talking to. I mean, for what reason? If you talk about God in a group of religious people, whether it be a mix of Hinduists or Islam, people in Islam or whatever religion it is, take a group of them and you ask the question, "What is God?" They're all going to have an answer.
Sure, and that answer is different than it used to be. Like if you ask the ancient Greeks, you know, whether they believe in gods, they'll start talking about various gods that they believe in, but
Yep.
none of these gods were a prime mover, or you know, a sole intelligent designer for the universe. They were just people that are larger than life, that possess certain innate powers that go far beyond us, that are themselves not limited to what it means to be human, right? But they didn't have the same kind of definition for God. But we do now, right? Hindus, Muslims, Christians, they have a basic common framework for God, but that's why they either need to define God, or they need to give the label that they identify with, because the label represents a domain that has already defined God for themselves.
So you saying that? I just want to understand your ultimate point. The fact that there's like where you believe in multiple gods and then you believe in a single God. You think because those two things exist in the same world, you can't argue for like what God is?
No, somebody can define it any way that they want to. They don't have to argue it. They don't have to defining the word any way that they want to. We just only need to know how they are defining it, so that we know what we're either agreeing or disagreeing about.
Okay. I just don't see the fault in using God as the primary, like, I guess, like when you're starting a debate. That's why even in this stream right now, the question is, do you believe in God? Why? Like, what is the prompt actually? Like,
Right, but there's a reason why Phil will usually ask somebody, which religion are you in? Because he knows that when you identify with a particular religious label, that label represents a domain that has already defined God for themselves. And so
Okay.
we won't need you to go into the details of how you're defining God if we know what label you identify with, because those people have already done it for you.
I'm sorry, which people?
Whatever people you identify with, Christians, Muslims,
Yeah.
Hindus.
Understood. Got you. Yeah, for sure. So I guess like if we could play out a scenario where this conversation would take place, like how would you start it?
The same way we normally start it here. Do you believe in a God? And if so, which God do you believe in?
But
Right.
but you just use God. So how would you do it in a different way?
Oh, if I wanted to start the discussion in my own space.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. So I would ask, how are you religious? Or I would ask, well, it depends on the focus that I intended, right? Because I just don't normally, like, this is not a discussion I would have in my own space. I wouldn't ask, do you think there's a God or not? Because I agree with Carl Sagan that man is just, it's not a self-explanatory term, right?
Sure.
So I would ask, are you religious? Do you have do you believe in, what do you ground your identity in, or what do you ground your moral structure in? Or it depends on what the focus that I want to have a discussion about is going to be. In my own space, I wouldn't even use the word God until somebody else uses it.
Okay, but so you would just describe it as like what you would ask, like, what is your religion?
It depends on what conversation I want to have. If I want to talk about morals, then I'll just talk about, what do you base your morals on? If I want to talk about identity, what do you base your identity on? If I want to talk about priorities in life, anything that I want to talk about that's specific. And I've said this before. The
Mhm.
only time I really care about these discussions, other than mental exercise, is when we're talking about how different ways of thinking affect the way that we relate to people in this world, how we behave in our human social systems, and how
Mhm.
that affects the way that we shape society and shape families and things like that. So it
I
depends on.
I think that's I feel like that's irrelevant to like the idea of like you not using the word God, right? But if I'm just saying, I guess what I'm ultimately asking is, well, if you're not using the word God, what other word would you use? Would you just like wordplay around the actual
Well,
usage?
I never start discussions or care about discussions about prime movers and intelligent designers and things like that, because
Mhm.
in and of themselves, they don't really have an impact on the way people behave towards each other. It isn't until we get specific in terms of ideas people attach to the word God, in terms of how it structures their relationship paradigms. It isn't until then that it begins to have any impact on the real world. And so I just focus it right in on that from the beginning. And this is the reason why I have Carl Sagan right here in the video in the
Yeah.
chat right there, which I was going to play because he
Yeah,
says
yeah.
exactly how I
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I'm
feel
ready
about
to
it.
watch it whenever.
All right, so let's go ahead and do that real quick. I'm not sure how to play it when I'm not the owner. I've got it pulled up on my screen, but I don't know how that works. If I just press play, I don't think you guys are going to see it or hear it, but let me try.
Can you put it, maybe if you put it in chat and then it will appear on the thing?
Right, so it is in chat, and I did click on it. Now, on my interface for Free for
Okay.
Talk,
Anyone who clicks on your profile, they can see it, but you should play it on your side, okay?
all right, so I'm going to play it on my side. Go ahead and click
Yeah.
on my profile if you guys want to see it too. I'm going to press play now.
Yep.
For anybody that's just now coming in, you'll need to click on my name in the guest bar to be able to see and hear what we're listening to right now, in case you're confused by the silence. So I'll continue. Right. So I want to make this point really quick because the side point that he's making is hugely important. it does a lot to discourage humans en masse to take responsibility for our world. When so many billions of people subscribe to a religious narrative, and with that a definition of God, that makes it to where this world is supposed to fail anyways. It's going to end any day now anyways. And there is a master architect, designer, planner in control of everything. When you're waiting to be rescued from your own life, when you're waiting to be rescued from our own world, when you're waiting for the world that we're in to fall to shit because you think it's supposed to, then we create what's called self-fulfilling prophecies. We end up de-incentivizing people by the millions or the billions from making good investments in the future of humanity and to make this world a safer, cleaner, and longer living place. And he's making this point that if there ends up being some kind of a master architect watching down on all of this, it doesn't change the fact that we don't really know for sure that that's the case. And if they're a responsible entity, if we assume that they exist, then they should want us to behave responsibly and invest in the world as much as we can. And we are de-incentivized from that project by assuming that it's all supposed to end any day now anyway. So it does make common religious propositions to be highly dangerous and consequential for humanity. But to go forward,
Yeah, I'm still watching it. I got maybe a minute more.
all right, we're most of the way through.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I think at the very end, towards like, he was saying, it gives us the ability to define it. I think, that response was really important, and I think uh, I definitely want to talk about these topics. If you could give me like maybe some points of Carl Sagan's that he said himself, I could definitely contend with those. But I don't want to have to like argue like with his points, and then like do you understand what I'm saying? If you could just give me some of his points, I could definitely talk about them.
Right. So, and you asked earlier, I think it was somebody asked about how I would frame the discussion instead. So if somebody is wondering if you believe in a prime mover, they could just say, "Hey, do you believe in a prime mover?" Or an intelligent designer, they could just say, "Hey, do you believe in an intelligent designer?" Or a miracle provider that actually is active in our world, doing miracles for some people. Then you could just ask that, right? And then we could just have the fuller discussion around these ideas. But like Carl Sagan is saying, there's so many different ways to define God, right? And so if he says yes or if he says no, you've really learned nothing about where he stands. Even when it comes to general ideas between Christians and Muslims, or just between different factions of Christians, right?
Sure.
They have different ideas that fill in the details that they're defining God with. So if you ask a room full of diverse Christians whether or not they believe in a God and they all say yes, some of them, while they're shaking their head yes, are thinking to themselves, yes, I do believe in a super father that will torture people forever if they don't believe the right things. At the same time, the Christian next to them is shaking their head yes to the same question, thinking, yes, and do I do believe in a God that would definitely never torture people because he is love and would do no such thing. And so, there's all these baked in ideas that each one of them have in their head, and these are not coming out of in the discussion of differences, because they're falling back on a word that's vague enough that they can. And this is the rest of the point that he was going to make, that it's social lubricant, right? The word God is intentionally vague in these cultures because keeping it vague lets it function as social lubricant. So you can have a whole bunch of people that seem to agree on a thing that they absolutely, amongst each other, do not really agree about, not in the details that matter. And this is why the more responsible discussion doesn't hinge on the word itself, but rather is entirely specific to what we perceive to be real and what we don't.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I try to put that into like practical terms, right? Like, for example, when I go to church on Sunday, and the pastor is talking about God, and the person next to me, and we're both agreeing on a topic about God, and maybe they have a different understanding. I think through the explanation and through the uh, pastoring that goes on, we usually come to a conclusion about really ultimately what the concept is, or like what the idea is. And people that don't agree, there are those discussions for why, like there is internal debate within the church, even at your local church, if you go to like Bible study, right? So these conversations are happening every day. Like locally and even bigger than that, like on a bigger stage. I think when even like Charlie Kirk, for example, he was arguing his beliefs on Christianity in an open, like, in front of millions and millions of people. So I don't know. I don't think it, to me, even like on the grand scheme of things, saying God, I do believe, even if I was talking to someone that was Hindu, we very quickly could go off the concept and break it down. I mean, it's more of a, like, efficient than anything. If you were to say a miracle worker, do you believe in a miracle worker? I think if you're going to ask that to another Christian, I think they'd probably be really confused. Or to ask that to even a person, a Hindu, if they were like, believed in many gods, they probably just say yeah, and then you go on from like there. I don't think it really matters too much. I think it's more like I don't know what the word is, like semantics, than anything.
Right. So when semantics matter is when you want to make sure that you're conveying what you really mean by a thing, right? This is why it's important to define terms.
Yeah, but James is still like it's like just throwing the whole topic out of the field, like as if you don't know anything about those concepts, or God concept. Like, so you remember where Sagan said, uh, "What if you mean something like universe?" Like, probably the guy was Christian, so probably he doesn't mean just the universe. So when someone says again, "I'm a Christian, I'm Hindu or Muslim," what do they mean? Like, and
Right. Well, let's keep this in perspective. It's not as if you were having a discussion where you ask Christians, "Do you believe in a God?" And then I interrupt to say, "I don't think we should use the word, and here's why." I'm not derailing a conversation in progress, right? You asked me. You're like, "Look, for the moment, we can't seem to get any Muslims, Christians, or anybody else on the stage. We're waiting. They'll show up eventually. They'll interject eventually. When they do, we'll follow the discussion. But in the meantime, to fill dead space and to offer a provocative discussion that might provoke someone to join the discussion, you wanted to ask me what I think about the word, how I relate to the term, and why I don't think it's all that protected. I'm just telling you, right? Now, if I had interrupted your discussion with a Christian or a Muslim or anybody else to say we shouldn't be using this word and here's why, I would have been derailing the discussion. Then you could point out that I'm bogging us down in semantics and that it's not productive, and I would agree in that context. But you wanted to have a discussion about semantics, so here we are. If you don't, right? So if you want out of this discussion about semantics, cool. Let's shift gears. Let's go into the normal discussion. I'm fine with that too. I don't care.
No, I just think I think it's an interesting, it's kind of abstract. It's an abstract thought. I think more than anything, I think it's more efficient, even in like, the creation of the word God. I think it's just more efficient to do it in that way rather than talk about maybe a omniscient. Do you believe in like an omniscient being that creates like 1,000 different variables for what God is, rather than just going from the point, what is God? Who is God to you? It's like when you use that example, if there's nobody that showed up yet and you're waiting, how are you bringing them to the table? Like if you're doing it like intentionally, like out of intention to bring these people to the stage, what would you be doing to attract them? Like in what way would you bring all these God believers, what they would say is God? How would you attract them to the table to talk? Like,
well, if they walk, yeah, that's a fair question. So if they walk into this room today, for example, and they hear me saying various things that I've said on the topic, any number of things that I've said on this topic are potentially provocative. We talk about whether or not you're basing your use of the word God in a logical deduction and certain very clinical or technical considerations, or whether or not you're basing it on an emotional paradigm, or what some people call a spiritual paradigm, right? And there are Christians who say if you don't feel it in your heart, then you aren't really a believer. There are other Christians who say you don't have to feel it at all emotionally, as long as you can logically entertain certain considerations and follow them to this particular outcome. And then the emotion-based Christians will denounce the non-emotional ones as not real believers, whereas the logical Christians will acknowledge even the emotional ones as believers, so they're more inclusive. And these are all just potentially provocative points of discussion where a Christian might want to weigh in and say, hey, wait a minute, I want to be counted in this discussion to say I'm one of those logic-based ones. And I think that the emotions is superfluous. It's not really definitive. It's not crucially important to your salvation or to whether or not you recognize God. And there might
I guess, James, like if it was like your live stream right now and you're trying to bring these people to stage, like if you had a sign to bring them onto the stage, what would the sign say?
Oh, I think I'd probably post a provocative meme. That's probably what I do. Something edgy, something like, hey, that's not right. It gets people upset about it enough to engage with it. Or we could talk about spirituality, how to define it. It depends on there is no one right way to bait the line, to go fishing in the pond, right? You can use different kinds of bait and see who you catch and who you don't. So
yeah. I guess it's a concept you are able to adopt. I just don't think it means that using the word God is almost like makes the topic too complex or like too hard to understand. When I think for most of people, when you go and ask them what is God, they can easily explain what they believe.
sure, absolutely. And that's perfectly fine. I don't think Phil's doing it wrong when he does it that way. He was curious about my linguistic paradigm, and I shared it. That's it. That's all.
Yeah. No problem. I guess we were just arguing like what was better, right?
Oh, I don't know if it depends on your goal, right? If it's just to provoke conversation, I think what's better is to just leave it on the floor and leave it open for any religious believer to say what they want to say. Usually, when you frame it that way, like Phil normally does, the Christians and the Muslims are usually the ones that show up. And when they do, it's usually because they're sure they're right, and this is an opportunity to promote their religion as true and absolute. And here's an atheist hosting a space where they can do that. And that's fine. That works. A lot of times it gets people in the stage to talk about it. But there's other ways to frame the discussion that I think are equally provocative and have potential to bring people into the discussion. But it depends on the kind of discussion we want to have.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I don't disagree.
That's fair. Chaos says not promote. Laugh out loud. We are not selling or promoting anything. Well, here's the thing, Chaos. The reason I don't use word like you or you guys, right, is because I'm going out of my way not to paint with a broad brush and to say that all Christians or all Muslims or all theists think a certain way or always have certain intentionality. I'm just saying a very common reason for somebody who identifies as Christian and Muslims in these spaces to want to be counted is that they're seeing an opportunity to promote their ideas as true and as binding, etc. That doesn't mean all Christians or all Muslims or it's the only way you can provoke the discussion. I don't think that at all.
Anyway, guys, I'll be leaving. So you guys should have. Okay. Michael.
Yeah.
James. Oh, okay, okay. So I'm gonna leave, but before. No, I don't want to bother you. Also, I'll just talk to YouTube. But I will be living here. So here's the link. People on YouTube, if you want to continue to listen, I don't know. Probably they will speak more. Maybe not. I'm not sure. But here's the link. You can join and check what's going on there. But I will end the stream. You should know that. But thank you guys. Paul, thank you so much. James, thank you. Michael, Julie, Harry, thank you all. So please proceed. See you, I hope, tomorrow.
Have a great day, Phil. Talk to you later.
Thank you so much.
See you.
Okay, guys. Yeah, I sent the link. Yeah, you can join. They're still talking. Probably they will have a long one. Unfortunately, I have to go. Yeah, let's check the visitors. Yeah, SHK, thanks so much for being here. Scam, thanks. VR DNA, thank you so much for being here. Anarchist, thank you so much. VibeCon, you're late today also, but it's okay. We know that. We're not worried because we know that you will be here. And this guy, I always forget the name. Let me check. He's here somewhere. Yeah, Justin. Yeah, thanks for being here. Mr. Parker, thank you, man. Thank you so much for being here and supporting. Space Pirate, thanks. Michael, yeah, like he's already in the room. Stefan Wisner, thanks for being here. Nectu was here. Thanks for being here, Nectu. Paul Rothwell, thanks. Fenton, thanks for being here. Edward, thanks for visiting. And thanks for the support. Nanology, thanks for visiting. Thank you so much. Goku, thank you, man, for being here. Dan Saber, who's this? Dan Saber, I'm not sure. Oh, Fireman is back. Yeah, we understand that, Fireman. Don't worry about that. Mohan, thank you so much for being here. Bram Scott, thank you, man. Thank you. So, Tabula, thanks for the support. And Madison and Christ Disciple Twins. Thanks, guys, for being here. And see you, I hope, tomorrow. Take care. Bye bye.